Hello, everyone. Sorry, I was just finishing eating a date. Welcome to Citizen Sleeper. Let's get the music up. There we go. How's everyone doing today? I was feeling a little bit rough yesterday. I managed to cramp my... I'm not eating Becca. That's for Friday. I managed to cramp my leg so hard I pulled a muscle. And yeah, that hurt. Okay, I mean, it still hurts today, but it's nowhere near as bad. But yeah, that did me. That basically ruined my entire day. Like, I was barely able to move. But what I did do while I was chilling is I sat down and I started 1,000 times resist or 1,000x resist. Not 100% sure. It's good. It's a weird game because the story is really, really good. The characters are really well written. The way it tells the story is really interesting. The game itself isn't very good, but it doesn't matter, you know? I think that's the important thing, is it doesn't matter that the game itself isn't very good, that the art looks like Unity Asset Store downloads from 2004, that the lighting looks like my first lighting project, that there's no animations really apart from your own character animations, which again look like downloaded skeletal animations, that sort of thing. And yet at the same time, the writing is incredible. It sort of fills the same niche as Until Then, a game that I absolutely loved. I think Until Then certainly has much better presentation. Because Until Then's graphics is really good. You know, it's a retro thing, but it's put together really well. The music is used really well, that sort of thing. But yeah, 1,000 times resist is interesting, and I think it is definitely worth playing. I think it's definitely worth playing, particularly for people who like story-focused content. It's voiced. The voice acting is okay. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. It doesn't detract from it too much. And eventually you just sort of get used to it. I think that's the case with almost all aspects of the game, is you get used to it and it doesn't detract from the experience too much. Apart from the writing, which is phenomenal. It was incredible luck for me to stumble upon Until Then for Nick Attempts. Oh yeah, absolutely incredible luck. Yeah, I do think it is one of the best narrative games ever made. It's fantastic. It's really, really good. I think the final ending isn't as good. It suffers because the first ending in the game is amazing. Like, it is such an emotional train wreck that the rest of it doesn't feel as impactful. But that's because it's coming down from such a high that I don't think many other games ever reach, that it struggles with that. But anyway, I got coffee, I got dates that I'm shoving in my mouth, I got a big chunk of chocolate. I'm ready to go. Yeah, what a game. What a game. I got some high quality Nick Attempts is coming up, actually. High quality is tricky because obviously I haven't played any of the games, but I always consider it a good sign when I get a game key and I redeem it and I go to the store page, check it out. Well, I check the store page out before I request it. I go to the store page and it's on someone I know's wish list, right? I consider that a pretty good sign. I have a couple of games now that are on people's wish lists. I've got Sulphur, which I notice is on Summer's wish list. I've got Reality Break, which is on Talia and Al's wish lists. I've got what else have I got that's on people's wish lists? Terra Nil, which is on 5 people's wish list. Goggles' wish list, Keith's wish list, Luke's wish list, Neo Getz's, Rose. Which game's on your wish list? Sulphur. Sulphur is on your wish list. I got, a game called I don't know if this one's on anyone's wish list, but it should be, in my opinion, looking at the art style. Summer, you need to check this out, maybe? It is called the Stone of Madness. Your wish list is 1,245 games large. Yeah, fair. It's a real-time tactics game, so things like, you remember when I did Sumerian 6? That sort of thing? It's like that, but the art is like 18th century paintings. And it's like, You need to check out the Stone of Madness. I've not done a Nick attempts on it yet, so I don't know if it's good, but the art style looks like it might be up your alley. So I recommend just take a look, and you never know. Oh, and Hyper Lightbreaker I've got for a Nick attempts, which is on a couple of people's wish list too. I think I've got a couple of others as well. I'm like, one of them is embargoed, and it's not the one I've just said. So where's that key gone? Hold on a sec. Let me check the embargoed one. Make sure I haven't said that out loud, because that would be bad. Let me just verify. Hold on. Okay, I have not said that one. Interesting. I've got the key for it, but I've not redeemed it. I'll have to go back and redeem that. It's not in my Steam wish list. That's why. Sorry, it's not in my Steam list. That's why I can't see it there. I try to redeem all these keys immediately. Anyway, we should get to the game, and I'm going to take a bite of this chocolate. Lovely. So we are on cycle 16 as a machinist or machinist, depending on how evil you want to sound. How's everyone doing today, by the way? I'm doing real well today. Becca brought me a treat from the baker's, and it was a flapjack that was gorgeous. Right, I'm just double checking. We need to bring Emvis Girol caps. I don't think I've got the Girol caps yet, right? We've unlocked how to get the Girol caps, but I don't think I've got them, so we're going to need to do it. We're going to need to rest up. We are fading on our conditions, so we're going to need to get some money too. as our robot parts fail us. Feng's nearly done decrypting that information, so that's good. Let's have a rest. Let's end the cycle. We lose 2 energy, 1 condition. You've put sauerkraut with ham, hock, and potato on the stove to let cook for at least an hour. That sounds good. Okay, we got some decent rolls. 3, 4, and a 5. Hardin. It's worrying. Let's track this. I assume I've got to talk to Hardin. Yeah. Let's see what's happening. It's been more than a few cycles since Feng confronted Hardin, and the silence since has been noticeable. In your time with Feng, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Havenage building, then it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker, and you are getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, and light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Havenage security fatigue steps out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. I'm going to approach. As you get closer, you see the security officer taping up machines from Feng's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. You again? Hardin is there, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely noticed him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures scrawled across it. Predictable. Further evidence of Feng's collusions. You see another security officer coming out of the bay and take notice of you. Where is he?
Feigning ignorance, or perhaps just abandoned.
Hardin shakes his head.
I believe you should choose your conspirators more wisely. I almost feel sorry for you.
Hardin pushes away from the wall and comes closer.
Don't worry, Sleeper. We have all the evidence we need. A confession won't be necessary.
He gestures around at the stacks of hardware.
Spying on fellow Havenage members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not?
That was his job.
And what would you know about jobs, Sleeper? He looks up at the
glass roof above and the stars beyond.
We are the ones that provide the oxygen you are breathing, the light you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. This place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the Eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed. Not blind conviction or self-interest.
Fang isn't selfish.
I know all about the background of our mutual friend, Sleeper. Don't you worry about that. His parents would be sickened by the damage he's trying to do to the institution they helped found. You see, Sleeper, we're proud of our history here. Andre Erlin and the First Union founded this place, and Havenage has welded his values into the station's very walls. We will never turn away the hard-working, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Havenage isn't a gang like Yatagan. We aren't pirates like half the spaces you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those hyper-radicals in the Greenway. We're the backbone of this place, proud and true. We named Erlin's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station.
He meets your eye.
So please, take your false accusations elsewhere, before I decide I need that confession after all.
History will catch up with you.
I'm not afraid of history, Sleeper. We're making it here cycle by cycle.
He smiles.
If you have any pride, you'll give up Feng the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me.
With that, Hardin turns his back and walks back towards the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear-out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks, a crumpled hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum, a penguin character grinning from the brightly coloured card, and scrawled onto it a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambor." You carefully pocket the box, making sure no one is watching, and then turn away, just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Fang? And where the hell is Tambor? Jeffrey Tambor? The actor from Arrested Development? Surely not. Alright, where is Tambor? It can't be that far, right? Can't be. Could be in the Rotunda. We explore the Rotunda. Put our free in here and start exploring it. We're bad at engage, so stealing dock plans would probably be a bad idea. It could be there. Or it could be in low end. It's plus energy or minus energy. But no guarantee of an increasing low ender, but it might. Like, helping out is probably a good idea, right? I'm good at both. I kind of want to do block maintenance because then I might get some scrap. Put our 3 in, turn it into a 4. Oof, negative outcome. Rough. You help an older resident to revive their terminal, but after hours of assembling and reassembling, you realize you've fried the CPU. We're going to try again. You refit the long-broken fans of a family's air filters. They insist you join them for dinner, and the children are delighted by your presence. Okay, that helps. Put a 5 in, turn it into a 6, get another positive. That'll up our energy as well. You refit the long broken fans. Oh, that's the same one. And we've gained a random scrap item. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Oh, and we've now found a noodle factory, And the Tambor Tea House. Here we go. I nailed it. I nailed it. I knew it was going to be in low end. Okay, I have a load of Havenage data. So let's put some in. Gaining some cryo. The tea house has enforced the signals for a hacker to come out for the upload. The eyes widen as the data streams onto the system. Get a bit of money for this. That's very good. Which one have we got? 108. That's going to help. Because we're going to need to pay a doctor soon. We don't have a ton. Let's hand in the gun box. You feel stupid doing this, but the penguin says take me to Tamber, and this is the only Tamber you can find. What have we got there? Scrap. Oh yeah, scrap. Neutral outcome. Question mark, question mark? Okay, let's find out what happened. Here we go. As you go to leave the Tambor tea house, a hand falls on your shoulder.
Hey, Sleeper.
Feng hisses from behind you.
How'd you find me?
The penguin.
Penguin? What are you...
Thinks for a second. Oh, do you mean... He mimes throwing gum in his mouth.
That wasn't meant for you specifically, but...
He cringes.
Look, it doesn't matter. Come, let's sit.
Feng guides you down a set of stairs to one of the Tambor's low levels. The tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. The levels are filled with makeshift booths and bars, and conversation bounces busily off the metal walls. I'm not gonna lie, I read that as bounces bustily. Feng sees you looking around.
This place used to be a fuel tanker's main drum, hence the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer, though. You can get anything the eye offers from this place, but real tea isn't exactly readily available.
He picks a booth, itself fashioned from some old-fashioned tank or container, lined with spongy insulation foam, and collapses into it. He looks around furtively.
Don't suppose you've seen any Havenage types? They don't usually come out this far.
Only you.
Ha! Not anymore, I'm afraid. Suspended without appeal. Turns out hardness someone's ear.
He grins.
Doesn't bother me, though. Shows we had a nerve back there.
He picks a scrappy hand-scrawled menu from the table and tosses it over.
What are you drinking?
Look at the menu. Feng is right, the menu is ridiculous. There's at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out, but the paper is dominated by an extensive complement of esoteric alcohols and cocktails. Black tea is listed without a price as a seasonal specialty.
So, you ran into Harden? Was he pissed?
Feng doesn't wait for an answer.
That snake is so self-righteous he might actually believe that Erlen would approve of his meritocratic bullshit.
He taps on the table.
If Havenage was like it should be, like it was founded to be, they would have shouted him down at any council meeting he dared to mention true citizens.
He sighs.
I guess this kind run the place now.
Iggy says tea house, but the tea is literally anything except tea. Yeah, exactly. A young woman with a vine tattoo snaking up her arms turns up at the booth, a slate in hand. Your order? You skim the menu, your eyes glazing over. Time to pick something. A girol, neat, a sambar arak, kelp infusion? I go for a sambar arak. Feng raises an eyebrow as she notes it. And you? She begins, looking to Feng, but when she sees him, she suddenly stops. What the? Feng shrinks a little. You're supposed to be working. This is your shift. He grins sheepishly. Stay out of it. Hey,
look, Jenna.
Let's just say this is my break. My friend here has been through a lot. Jenna looks between the two of you. Nod. Feng also starts nodding. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Feng, and only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. She gestures at the table and walks off.
What?
Feng stretches out in the booth. You know how it is. We all have to eat, plus... He leans in.
This is the best place around here to find a person you might be looking for.
Who?
Remember that web of connections that Hardin pinged the moment we confronted him? Those are his collaborators, and if we want to understand what a Solheim executive might be getting up to on the Eye, those are the people we have to find.
Feng is almost whispering now.
There's a couple of them I suspect are in the low end, and, well, almost everyone in the low end comes through this place at one time or another.
He brings a modified slate out onto the table.
I've set this up so that when anyone with the network signature I'm looking for comes into close proximity, I'll mark them. Once they're marked, we can break through their access protocols and get at the good stuff inside. Just have to find them first, hence me moonlighting as a waiter. Suddenly a smile grows across his face. Wait, I have an idea. Oh no. Look, I can't cover enough of the low end on my own. So far I've had no matches in this place. With 2 of us, we can cover more ground.
What am I getting into? Well, Feng has a hangdog look.
We need to get you out and about in the low end, in close proximity to as many people and residences as possible. And it turns out my friend Min Ji needs some help with deliveries.
As in Minji Express? So you already know him. Perfect. Feng places a tiny receiver on the table.
This connects to my slate and runs the same marking protocol if you get near any of your targets. So all you have to do is take some delivery shifts for old Min Ji as soon as we and soon enough we'll have the place covered.
Feng.
Don't give me that. You think I like working here? I thought you could use the tips. We're in this together, right?
Are we?
Yes! You think Harden is happy to have you wandering around the place? He might have let you wander off for now, but I'm sure he has his eyes on you. It's on you too.
Feng slips his slate back under his clothes.
Just head on up to Minji Express, take a delivery shift, and see what shakes up. If you manage to find anyone and extract any data, bring it right down here to me. They have me on double shifts, so I shouldn't be hard to find.
Jenna walks past, carrying a tray of drink. I don't think she's bringing a drink. He stands. I think it's time we called this meeting to a close. You grab the receiver from the table and slip it into a pocket.
See you soon, Sleeper.
Stay safe, Feng adds, before turning and walking off towards the bar, whistling as he does. Hey, Iggy, welcome in. New drive. God damn it. I need to get mushrooms. I need so many mushrooms. Okay, there's the Minji Express. Assume I'm going to need some dice for this. Oh, it's engage. I suck at engage. Alright. That's going to be rough. Okay. Gotta go back to sleep. Oh, we got a scrap. We got a scrap, right? Put in all the self-repair. Bing. Conditions improving. End the cycle. Hello, how be thee? I be good. I be doing well. Yeah. Legs healing, which is nice. Very pleasant to be healing. We do love it. And yeah, doing well. Doing well. How are thee doing? I'm going to take another bite of chocolate in a sec, I think. Yeah, we got some good dice. A 3's not great, but the 5 and the 6 will work. Especially for the -1 we've got to deal with. Bit of the neck hack, but otherwise in good spirits. Aww. That sucks. I'm glad you're otherwise in good spirits. Whoop, wrong button. But yeah, that sucks. Do I have any data I can... No. I need to work out where I can put the keys that I'm finding. I probably need to explore some more places. So, I'm not going to help Minji Express just... Well, I'll put the 6 in. I'll put the 6 in, because that's risky. So, I'll put the 6 in. It goes down to a 5. We may as well pop that in, get it started. Okay, that went well. We got a bit of cryo from it. But now, I'm going to go get those mushrooms. I'm going to cross to the Greenway. And then... Is it farm stacks? Steal the harvest. I really want to do an engage run, honestly. It sounds really good fun. It's just nothing but mischief. If I give them a little cryo, what do I get? Energy. Okay, well, better than nothing. Let's go to the mushroom groves. Right, we'll put in... Oh, this is a dangerous roll. Dangerous? Okay, we'll put in the 5, which will give us a 6, 100% positive. Minji is like OG, but they're just kind of coasting until retirement. Yeah. Okay, we got some Girl caps. I needed 3 of them, I think. We're not going to put the 3 in here. Interesting. Could chat with the Heifer. How's the Greenway doing? Oh, we're close to going green. We could map the pathways. I think that's a good idea. Hopefully we'll get a positive outcome. Hey, there we go. Filled in going green. New drive discovered. Clear the aviary. Be the perfect place to grow mushrooms. Just cost some endure. Okay. So this is like me growing my own garden out here. Nice. Thank you for reminding me to buy the OST for this. It's my new work focus music. Honestly, that makes sense. It's such good music for, like, just chilling. Yeah, if I can get 2 of these, I can give them some updates. Episode Flux is the first of 3 episodic updates to Citizen Sleeper, telling the story of the refugee flotilla which arrived at the Eye. All 3 episodes are now available. Completing the supply Girol's action will begin the episode, but be aware that it is intended for late game play. Okay, so we'll skip that for now. We'll skip that for now. Ooh, we can gather scrap out here. If I get more into Endure, if I can get +1 into Endure, we can gather scrap. That'd be great for me. But anyway, with that done, we need to go back home. I would like a button to just auto go home, because having to go through this bit is a bit slow. But yeah, I am enjoying this. Anything at the import? Probably a shipmine core. We get Matsutake caps. We can sell them there. That's good. Minji Express. Delivery. Okay, got it. I also want to get back to working on the sidereal. I mean, we're halfway there on the sidereal, but as engineers, I want to get that done because I really want Moon or whatever her name was. I legit cannot remember. Min? No, that's Minji. Who was it? It was Lin and Manuel Miranda? Something like that? I don't know. I cannot remember. Mimi? Mina? Mina. It was Mina. It was Lem, and Mina. Lem and Mina. I can remember names. It was Lin Manuel Miranda. We're going to end our cycle here. Pretty sure it's Lin Manuel Miranda. Yeah. That isn't good. Oh, and the fucking bounty hunter wants his money. The compressor is quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spacers and a few drunks. Ethan is still in the same stool, in the same pool of light. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. Leave. This is ridiculous. You turn to go, but Ethan calls out, "Sleeper!" He turns to look at you. "Time to pay up again, is it?" He gestures to the bartender. "Come here, take their chits." Stay silent. The bartender ignores Ethan. It seems they've cut him off. "Hey!" He slams a hand on the bar. "Come take the chits!" The bartender ignores him. Ethan lets out a huge sigh, rubbing his eyes with his palms. He reaches towards his holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. Both you and the bartender look at the gun, stare at it. "Butterfingers," says Ethan, and puts out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back. "If you would." The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun. Point the gun at Ethan. Ethan turns his head in your direction a little, a sharp, pale eye locking with yours. The bartender backs away. "Oh." He turns on the stool. "Oh, Sleeper." He stands. "This is more like it." It's going to be unloaded, right? Let's find out. You don't wait, you pull the trigger. The gun clicks. By now, all the attention in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. Ethan smiles at the bartender. "Oh well," he says and grabs the gun, slamming it back in your face in a single move. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto a surface. The hit's a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up. "Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in." Ethan taps at the slate. "No more playing." Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin, his face close, his breath heavy with drink. "S&Up just screwed me." He grins maniacally. "They cancelled the contract." He stands up. "They cancelled the contract!" He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. "I'll kill all of you," he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door. "I'll be back for that," he shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. Well. Huh. Okay. The, situation has changed somewhat. Concerning. We still got our money, though, which means we might be able to go to the docks. Get some stabilizer. As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer bar, clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand, a thin film marked with holes and sigils unrolls from around the vial. At one end, it has a hard metal strip, a handle. Inspect the film. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It is perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You can make out a word among the markings. Passkey. Is this an entry key for somewhere? Inspect the handle. The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted into it. 207F. And then crudely scratched onto the handle at some later date. Low end. For a moment, you consider going back to the surgery to return the key, and then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this? Or is Toshiro passing on a message? Time to head to the low end and find out. Oh, for God's sake. That's worrying. Okay. We can get a +1 on Endure pretty quickly. That'll let us, get more scrap. I'm gonna do that. Hey, Catbat, welcome in. Everything is fine. It's not. It's not fine. We're so doomed. We are so doomed in so many unique ways. Let's go and replenish our health. Where is it? Where's home? Where's us? Where's home? A dot hanging in the mote of a sunbeam. Inject stabilizer. There it is. We're back, baby. Question is, do I want to set up my own mushroom farm? Is that what I want to do right now? I have so many things. Like, I could clear the aviary. Cross the greenway. I could, get more mushrooms for Emphis. Like, I could get scrap. Oh, that costs 2 condition. If I fail, presumably. If I fail, I lose 2 condition. So I've got to make sure I succeed. So 6 will make sure I succeed. Am I also correcting Emphis to Enphis? Envis in my head? A little bit. Initially we said it was Emphis, but then I kind of... I didn't realize how much I would have to read Emphys's I didn't realize Emphys was going to become a major character. I was like, oh, it's just going to be a side NPC who's there for one scene. You know, I can handle swapping the pronouns in my head. And then it was like, oh no. It was like, oh no, this person has a whole relationship tracker. I cannot keep pretending this is Emphys because I cannot read all of this and swap the pronouns in my head for like hours. I can do it like a couple of scenes. I can't be doing it for hours. We could start clearing the aviary. It's a safe thing. We can put the 4 in, right? Nice. And then maybe we can put the 6 in on the girolles. Although, I mean, a 6 is wasteful there, right? Is there something that requires engage? Oh, there was the mission this way. The mission over here, the Minji Express, right? So we'll put our 6 in there. That's worth doing. Here we go. We're getting there for Feng's targets. Right. Let's go to Unit 207F and see what's happening. I'm a little concerned, but let's go. I'm not 100% sure I trust Sabine right now. As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. They reveal yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of wall-mounted utility units, the detritus of a routine life arranged on every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects, indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from a doorway at the end of the room. Go to the doorway. You cross the cramped utility room with its auto-wash, dispensers, water closet towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room, lit only by the faint glow of a terminal screen. Approach the terminal. As you approach, there is a crackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper, Sabine's voice shakily echoes through the apartment. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. I've had to make alternate arrangements. You hear rattling noises, static. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare to show my face. Something is happening within Yatagan. I no longer trust them. Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise. I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. Yatagan was supposed to hide me, to protect me. After everything happened, I was desperate, and then after that, I was too tired to care. A noise, like waves, passes over the recording. But I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the debt. Hey, Rose, welcome in. But I need insurance, something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information, and, as you know, you need me. A pause, something clicking in the dark. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. Another pause. I know sleepers. I've been here before. I can help you, but not with Yatagan's noose around my neck. Give me data. Give me information. Get me something that I can use against Yatagan. Then I can get out, and you can get what you need. Please. Waves of static cut into Sabine's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can. You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabine living here, working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark. The recording cuts to static, filling the room with its white hiss, and then silence. You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. It seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. Who does Sabine need to hide from? And what debt do they owe to the Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk, its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yatagan. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. New drive. I've got so many drives. Like, some of them are like, take down the mob, and some of them are just, grow mushrooms. Could be nice, you know? You know? Okay, so we need Yatagan data. I just sold all my Yatagan data, damn it. Okay, we're gonna need to get some. Alright, let's end the day, I guess. Okay, we got some 6s. We got some 1s. Not bad. Let's find some Yadigan nodes. Got any Yadigan? Yadigan. Needs a 1. Beautiful. If you take down the mob, you can grow mushrooms on their corpses. Mushrooms love corpses. True, true. Rose says, in case it's not been mentioned, Citizen Sleeper is on sale for £5, 70% off. Yeah, I recommend this game. It just everyone can know that right now. I recommend this game. Got another Yadigan agent, but then no, there's no 4 or higher dice for accessing things here. Iki also recommends this game and has now completed it, I believe, or completed a run of it, I suppose. Is the more accurate word. I'm gonna pop a 5 in here. But this is safe. We're gonna put the 4 in. Turn it into a 5. Get working on our little garden. Some also recommends it, but hasn't finished it yet. That's good. That's doing well. I want to get some food, so I'm gonna go get some more fungus. I think it was free for Emvis. Let's see. Well, we can order some fungus for now. Giving us plenty more energy. Something happening here I am worried about. But at the same time... Oh, hold on. We got a freighter? I don't have engaged, so I can't haggle. We could buy ship mine fragments if we had the money. I feel like I'm going to need those later. I don't seem to need them right now. I'm going to continue working on the sidereal. Ah, these are 6s. I need to be putting 6s in the dangerous things. Let's go to Minji. Okay, we filled in the targets. Sleeper! You see Feng coming up the corridor as you step out of Minji's, the kelp noodle smell still clinging to your clothes. He comes up fast and stops close, looking around suspiciously. I don't have long. Take these. Feng palms you a couple of those metal thumbnail-sized drives, ripper worms. My slate's been buzzing like crazy. Seems your delivery shifts have turned up our 2 targets. He squeezes your shoulder. I knew you could do it. Now we nail those snakes. I'm ready. Good to hear it. He smiles. Hardin's boys are all connected by some kind of closed network. You break the access protocols on both of them, you should be able to gain the location of the nearest network ports. Slot the ripperworms in those ports, 1 each. They'll feed me anything and everything stored on Hardin's shadow network. He smiles. Can't wait to see what juicy plan they have in there. Hey, Indy D, welcome in. Kelp noodle smell. It's delicious. We love the smell of a kelp noodle. It's got to be what? Pretty salty, bit seaweedy, bit MSG-ish? Because MSG is made from seaweed, right? Or it naturally occurs in seaweed and now is made in a different way. You hear the scuff of boots as a group comes up the corridor, likely on their way to place an order with Minji. You turn for a second, and when you look back, Feng is already halfway down the corridor in the opposite direction. He raises a hand in farewell and is gone. You run your fingers over the tiny ripperworm drives in your pocket and smile to yourself as you wonder how mad Jenna will be at Feng for this little excursion. Time to slot some worms. Okay. This would be not disable to tracker Hardin's network. I'm gonna need hacking for that, so we'll put our last 6 into something that's helpful. I've got a little Yadigan data. I suppose I could drop that off. Yeah, let's drop off the Yadigan data. Oh no, it's over here, wasn't it? At Unit 207F. You didn't know MSG was kelp. Your diet, Dr. Kelp. I think MSG is naturally produced in seaweed, but it is these days extracted in a different way. I think. I might be wrong on that. I can never quite remember. All right, let's put the Yadigan upload in. The Sabine. We're good. I'm just gonna spend this last 6 working on the garden, honestly. I know it's safe, but yeah. MSG is naturally produced in many foods, says Kaba. Aha! Okay, I get it. They ask the seaweed politely. This feels excessive, but let's do it. There we go. We nearly got our own little garden, which will be nice. So we're going to end the cycle. Isn't MSG's basically umami flavor, which is indeed present in various foods and mushrooms? Yeah. That's it, yeah. Right, sleepy time. Go to my box. My sleepy box. Where's my sleepy box? There it is, the empty container. I should get an apartment. Kindly milk the kelp. Oh. Gently milk it. Okay, we might be able to spend the free hacking, but otherwise we've got, again, a lot of good rolls here. We've got a 5, a 6, 2 4s, and a free. Let's go into the hacking view. Now, we want to hack Harden's network, so we're going to track that. We've got a Harden agent and a Harden agent, so let's try this one. What do we want? Oh, we need a 6. Well, we'll hack this one then. Icky just says, You don't want to milk it? Was that said over in YouTube chat? There was summer. That was. Oh, and a 5. Good thing I checked. Yeah, we've done our hackings. Okay, we've got the port unlocked. Slot in our Ripper worm. You can milk it, or you can gently caress it in your hands until the MSG drips out of it. Is that like seaweed pre-cum? Sentences I did not expect to say today. What happens if you squeeze it too hard? Oh, I don't like... you know what? I don't... Let's go... Let's not. Nick trying to put the lid back on Pandora's box over here. I'm looking for anything that'll take a free, because I really don't want to put the free in. I suppose I could put the free in clearing the garden, because that'll turn into a 4, right? Still haven't found anything for keynotes yet. I'm sure that'll turn up. No, nothing here. Strictly speaking, there is separate hacking over on the other side, so let's go have a look. Oh, there is not. Oh, no, there is. The Greenway Gate. We need a Greenway cipher. Okay. So we can't get in here at all. Interesting. Okay. I'm sure we'll get that separately then. Maybe it's something to do with the Haifa commune? Maybe not. Anyway, let's pop this in the aviary. Reasonable chance that we'll... Oh, not quite. Not quite. Nearly unlocked it. Nearly unlocked it. I'm going to work on the mushrooms as well. Get those gear oil caps. Yeah! There we go. Okay, so now we can go back to Emphis. And I might put the last 4 into working on the sidereal. This is why we have to keep YouTube and Twitch chat separate. If we combine powers, the world will begin imploding. Oh, we've also got to see Feng. Let's see Feng first, just in case there's something we might need to use this for on. As you walk into Tambo, you quickly spot Feng arguing with Jenna. Approach. You come up behind Feng and he turns and notices you. Jenna stops mid-tirade as you arrive. She turns to you. You again. You here to vouch for this layabout? Stay silent. Your silence feels long in the Elkoi Tamba. Feng starts to speak, but Jenna cuts him off. Forget about it. You're done, Feng. Jenna turns on her heel and walks away to the bar. Feng turns to you. Could have done with you getting here a minute or so ago. He glances back at Jenna. Well, either way, it looks like I'm fired. Good news is that it doesn't look like I need the job anyway. He takes out his slate, pulsing with pale light. Now, let's take a look at what you're really here for. Slate is a whirring mess of code streams coming direct from the Ripper worms as they dig through the agent's data and spin it into threads for the slate to pick up. Anything good? Feng scrolls the display with a finger. A lot of junk, a lot of dull as hell message threads, a lot of tedious data caches, but Feng's eyes flash. Definitely some good stuff. He stops the screen scrolling on an entry and expands it. Check this out. Feng shows you the screen. You see a bold corporate logo, not Solheim's, and a word below. Conway, Feng says. He's working with Conway. Conway Extractions, right? Feng nods. He's been speaking with them personally. Got a whole chain of messages here, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted. He rubs his head. Admit, this is juicy, but we can't nail him with it. He scrolls some more. Wait, what's this? A wasteland reclamation facility? Right here on the eye? He glances at you. What's the bet that this place is tucked into the wastes? The wastes? It's a section of the eye Erland couldn't reclaim. Was too damaged, too cut off. Back before the collapse, people would have got there by going down the connected spoke from the hub. But that spoke's broke now. So the only way is the long way, round the rim, past the greenway. It shows you on his slate. Feng looks away, thinking, Conway, we've been making moves on this system since the collapse. I heard they took over one of Solheim's old belt colonies a while ago. Moved everyone out and reclaimed the whole rock. What's their angle? Harden has to be offering them something. Feng looks back at the screen. But if Harden's involved in it, then we need to check it out. Simple as that. This is a wild goose chase. Yeah, maybe it is. Feng slides the slate away. What have we got to lose? Feng looks up at you. Harden was a Solheim executive. That's not something you just walk away from. People like that don't change. You don't make your money from exploiting the most vulnerable people in the system one day and then flip to their side the next. I'm not about to drop this. He pinged those guys the moment he was found out, and they started prattling on about this Conway facility. The way I see it, Feng stares out into the middle distance, we have to get to that facility. The answer to whatever Harden has been prepping, been planning, has to be there, and we're going to catch him in the act. I am 900% sure this is a trap. Pinged him on purpose. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles, and then I'll see you on the greenway. I seem to remember there's some old service docks on the outer shell, up by the Haifa building. Should be a good place to meet. Feng squeezes your shoulder. Thanks again, Sleeper, for sticking with this. I was going to say, are you even going to mention the tracker? Haven't forgotten about that tracker of yours either, but I'm going to need to be back in my bay to pull a solution together. He turns the slate around to face you, showing a mass of scrolling code. Been working on fixing my brakes. He winks. Feng grins. See you soon, Sleeper. And he walks out the door of the Timbre without looking back. Hey, drive complete, upgrade point. Instant karma would be a good one to save up for. Transfer intercept is okay, I guess. Getting some extra cash out of my low dice rolls could be helpful. Or we can get +2. Give us like really good answers. I think we'll save up for now. Let's get to know Memphis. Wrong way. Wrong way. Where is it? Oh, there it is. We've got the mushrooms. Memphis eagerly takes the bright yellow Girol caps. He seems pleased with them. Oh, now we gotta wait. Fair enough. Okay. A little worried about this thing. Like, this is going to become a problem. And I'm gonna need money. So let's go and work on the sidereal. Oh, only a +1, but still, we got some cryo. Let's rest up. And end the cycle. Oh shit, we need more energy. That's not good. Well, we got a 2. Use that on the internet. Find a Yadigan that needs 2. Yadigan. They both need 1s. I think with the amount of hacking I'm doing, I need to put more into intercept. So we can get some Havenage data instead. Data. Hunter's getting close. It's a little worrying. Bring Memphis girls caps. We did that. We did that. Yeah, no, you're working on that. Good. Little concerning that I can't eat there at the moment, which considering I'm low on energy. That's worrying. Where else can I get some energy? The tea house? Well, we can put some Havenage data in. I cannot eat at the tea house. Oh, the Minji Express, of course. Yeah, we got a manufacturer. We'll put in the 4. Go get some energy. Lovely. Now, let's go finish off our garden. Hunter would like a word. Yeah, I would like Hunter to fuck off. There's the service dock, so we'll be meeting Feng here eventually. How much we can do right now. Let's go to the aviary. Our little free here. Okay, Sunlight Refuge complete. So we can now germinate spores. We're going to need spores. Now we can get spores from the mushroom groves. Some Intuit. And now we've got 2 spores. Go to the aviary. Plant. Plant. And then back to the mushroom groves. Spores. Plant. Alright. Already. Now, we're simply going to have to wait. 4 cycles. Great. I have no idea what we get out of that, but we will see. Join the Haifa commune, maybe. Not yet, but we could do that. We also need to build a ship mind. Gotta find more Yadigan data. There's so many things. So many things going on at the moment. Anyway, we gotta cross back to the rim and go to sleep. And then maybe work on the sidereal a little bit. Because I really do want to progress that. I don't want to miss that. Lovely. We're starving again. 2 1s. We can use that to get some Yadigan. 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 No, that's Havenage. There's Yadigan agent. Hunter's gonna be here in a sec. Yep. Oh, no, I think we dodged it. Oh, that's alright then. Okay. We can go and deliver the Yadigan data. She's happy. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yatagan data uploaded, the air crackles with white noise. Sleeper? Sabine's voice, weaker than before, comes through the haze. Sabine? A sigh of relief comes through the layers of noise. The call must be coming in from somewhere on the station. This has to be short. I don't know if Yatagan are monitoring me. Their voice is hushed, distant. You try to focus on it. The data you've been bringing in from Yatagan agents? Something in it I don't understand. A shrill howl rattles through the signal. This data is all gleaned from their implants, records of integration with their nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, usage data. I installed many of these implants, and I didn't enable any of this functionality. Her voice dips under the level of the noise, like a swimmer slipping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a few seconds before Sabine re-emerges. Has to be somehow baked into their wetwares interface. And that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcast. Wait, why? Every Yatagan enforcer is equipped with black market implants, retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcers' bodies, on their performance. Why? I can't tell. But I can promise you these foot soldiers have no idea this is going on. The background tone switches, dropping to a grainy rumble. If they knew, I don't imagine they would be happy with the situation. Yatagan could have a mutiny on their hands. You lean toward the terminal, straining to listen to Sabine's faint voice. I need a few cycles to pull all this together, but this might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing my debt. Yannick? He's one of the heads of Yatagan. They pause. It's better you don't know him. Keep it that way. Suddenly a banging echoes through the call. Sabine's voice is suddenly whispered, panicked. I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles. Then the sharp crack of a disconnect, and silence fills the apartment. You step back from the terminal. What does Yatagan have to gain from monitoring its own members? You try to recall what you know from the gang, but you have little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Sabine's minder, his mirrored teardrop implants set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering? And more importantly, where are they sending it? You reflexively rub your forehead, trying to think. Can you really trust Sabine? How did they come to be Yatagan's doctor in the first place? You think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition that they gave when they first met you. That look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up and drift into the corridors of the station, unable to shake the unpleasant sensation of being observed. Well, we got to wait on that. Let's go and work on the sidereal. Alright, this is a little bit dangerous, but we're going to give it a go. Pop 3 in there, turn it into a 4. It's a neutral outcome, we'll take that. Pop the 4 in, turn it into a 5. Another neutral outcome. Getting some cryo, so that's good. Leave. We're gonna have to spend some money. Oh no, we can't. Can't buy the food. I forgot. And the Minji Express, they don't take money. We got any other way of gaining energy? Don't think so. What's the skinny on giving advice for these streams? Don't. In general. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. I'm just going to check everywhere. I've found a couple of things that give energy as a side effect, so block maintenance potentially, but I don't have any dice. I should have put some in there. Like freight. No. Don't think there's anything on the importer exporter. Could try ascending. See if there's anything up here. I should socialize up here and see what else we find. Like, unlocking all these places is a really good idea as soon as possible, because then you get more options. I don't think there was anything in the stacks. Barter for food! Hell yeah! There we go. Hey! Nailed it. Right. The Greenway protects. I knew there was somewhere. I knew there was somewhere. Okay, back to sleepy time. What we got dice-wise? 2 4s, 2 1s. That's pretty rough. All told, that's pretty rough. I'm going to put that point into the interface. Because we're about to do a lot of hacking, and I may as well get the cryo for it. Havenage agent. Needs a 2. Yadigan agent needs a 1. And another Yadigan agent. We can sell that data as well, which is nice. I think I got money for that. I hope so. How long have I got to wait on those mushrooms? We're halfway there. Could join the commune. I'm okay on that side. I might, honestly. I could either explore the spoke and get more info from the spaces. It is worth doing in general. Oh, we got Emphas. Hold on. Emphas is preparing the Girol caps. He's had to heavily adapt this recipe, he says, but the smell is already incredible. It emanates from a strange purplish-white bulb you've never seen before, and he's slicing it finely. He brushes and slices the mushrooms and then places them in the wok with the sliced bulb and the oil. They caramelize there in that well-worn crucible. He adds liquids, transparent and opaque, and then turns down the heat. A sprinkle of leaves is the final touch. We have a moment, Sleeper, he smiles. Do you have a story? Something in the scent of the food gives you a feeling of nostalgia, something distant and melancholic. It seems like the story should match that feeling somehow, and maybe you will feel better for telling it. Hey, JG... Well, I tried. Hey, JDDG, welcome in. Well, if it isn't his citizenness. I can't read words, which is a real bad sign for this stream, I'll tell you that. Hope you're doing well. Recall your oldest memories. You start by explaining that when you are emulated from a person, many of your memories are left behind. Perhaps it is an intentional part of the process, a way of keeping sleepers ignorant and malleable, or perhaps it is a side effect of the imperfect emulation. You admit that you don't really know. What you do know is that some memories survive, and that on occasion they come back to you like shadows passing overhead. You detail one recurring memory, which, despite returning to you with enough regularity for you to think it familiar, always fades as quickly as it arrives. You struggle to explain the feeling of being whole for a moment that comes with this memory, and then how that wholeness slips away to leave you feeling like you have forgotten something important, but just can't bring it to mind. Emphas nods throughout, cooking as he does with deft and skillful movements. You start to trail off when you realize you can't find the words to explain how the memories you do have feel like both yours and someone else's at the same time, and how that always fills you with a certain sadness. The sadness of remaining forever unknown, even to yourself. Emphas finishes cooking and meets your eye. I'm sorry, Sleeper, for your troubles. He puts the wok to one side. I appreciate you sharing with me. He smiles. I hope it lightens you a little. He passes you a bowl and heaps the Girols into it, their yellow colour mixing with the pale sauce in whorls and blooms. Eat. The dish is delicious, filling. It warms you as you eat in a way you weren't even sure your body could be warmed. It is a small mercy, you think, that S and ARP left you this pleasure. Many of the features of frames are there to simulate human experience. You know that much. Emulated minds cannot be rewired, so their need for embodied experience must be met. That is why you breathe even when you do not need air. Without that simulation, the sensation of drowning would be unbearable. Food serves another purpose. Your frame is able to metabolize it to produce energy from the raw material. Vitamins and minerals are excess, of course. Your frame only needs raw power, so much is wasted. And yet, while you eat this food and feel that warmth, nothing feels wasted. It all means something to you. As you finish, Emphis takes the bowl, the last of his cleaning. He smiles at you, and neither of you feel the need to say anything more. Instead, you simply exchange nods and walk your separate ways back into the bright market, somehow changed. Well, we're filled up. Don't have to worry about food. I'm going to go and put these 4s in the sidereal hull. Welcome back, Summer. Do you wish your character would get a different name instead of being just called Sleeper? I kind of like it, honestly. Alright, working on the hull. Give me some goddamn scrap, please. This is annoying. I've got a perk that gives me scrap whenever I do engineering actions, or sometimes when I do engineering actions, and I just have not succeeded in getting that scrap in so long. But well. We'll end the cycle. Feels very dehumanizing to you? Well, yeah, that's the point. That is indeed the literature. And the cycle. It hits in a personal manner. I mean, that's fair, but I think that is literally the point. Yeah. Right, we've got a 6, a 5, a 3, and a 4. These are some good rolls for surface work. We can do stuff with that. We're getting close to the compressor club. Problem. Okay. Everything else, I think, is still on a timer. Really don't like that I have to press a button every time I want to cross the greenway. Really like for that not to be a thing I have to do. My 2 timers over here aren't a problem. Okay, so we're going to keep working on the sidereal. Just get more money, I think. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put the 6 into exploring up here on the hub. Something. Oh no, it's interface. Well, it's +0. Oh, it's engage over here. Oh, they seem to both be equal. So I can access manifests, or I can socialize. Well, let's not socialize. Let's interface. If we put the 6 in, because it'd be wasted engineering. Then we can start working on that. Might put the 5 in as well. Nice. Perk transfer intercept. Oh, that's not interface actions. It's not on hacking. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, at least I got a bit more cryo. We're getting there on this. Let's go now work on the sidereal. Oh, we found a few places. We found a spacer bar and a ship mechanic. No way, Moritz. You take those substandard filters back to the shitheels who sold you them. You hear the voice echoing out of the bay as you pass, and moments later someone who you assume is Moritz drifts out with it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by a tether. Hey, you out there, the same voice echoes out of the entrance. Looking for work? Who, me? Everyone on this station is looking for work. Get in here. The voice is coming from someone shorter than you expected. She's floating in the microgravity of the docking bay, beside a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points a wrench in your direction. You know anything about these things? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with the casing. Okay. Alright then. She deftly moves around the unit, making space for you beside the central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here and lift out and up, and then I can get in and unbolt it. She whacks the unit with the wrench. Whole thing is twisted to shit. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away, the metal squealing from the force. She puts her hands under, spinning the wrench to slip out of the bolts, catching them in her other hand when they spiral free. All good. The casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles at the mess of ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in the way of explanation. What do you do here? We're Prince Charlesing it. What do you do here? Repairs, fit ups, tear downs. Bliss starts pushing and pulling at the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. Rose says, oh, she's cute. We haggle for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up quick by the bigger bays. So here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again for one of the freelance tugs. Small-time stuff. Hold this. She rips out a ribbed pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. We turn stuff around fast and neat, and maybe we get a chance at handing something bigger. Something starts hissing in the unit, and Bliss quietens it with a precise whack. But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. She looks up at you. I'm almost out of luck. Offer to help. I appreciate it. Let me finish before you jump, though. She keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are. Bliss pulls her hand from deep inside the unit, and out it comes. Clutching a lumpen cube, scorched black. Who's been putting their cubes in the air conditioning? Again. Sorry, I inhaled my drink when I laughed at that. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of itself out the side. You both duck down to the side of the unit and spot the exit wound. Its edge is fringed with more scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will you? Head of the rack. You kick off from the unit and drift over to the wall racks, where a catalogue of parts sits secured in clamps. Coloured tape and scrawled notes flutter across the wall, a complex organisational system of Bliss's own design, or just a big mess. You try to pick out the right part. Replacement converter. M2 converter? F4 converter. Well, no idea from the context of whether we want an M2 or an F4 converter. F4? You grab the part and push back into the unit. Bliss taps the casing as you arrive, where an M2 is printed in heavy blue lettering. Not exactly what I was looking for. She takes the part. It's okay, I'll show you the system when we're done. She straightens up from the unit. That is, if you want to work here. Bliss rubs her hands clean, looking down at her palms. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than Moritz. I'd be happy to. Wait, she frowns at the racks. That's not all of it. My old business partner, they rinsed the place, emptied the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits, bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, she looks nervous, embarrassed. We need chits. You want me to pay to work? Come on, it's not like that. We'd be partners, straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off into the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I am asking any random passerby to be a business partner. No offense. It is pretty weird. She gives you a sideways look. Don't tease me. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money or you find someone who has, or you just forget the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, and you both slot it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap this one up for now, but if you're into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract, something to get our teeth into, something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me. I don't say this stuff lightly. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back to the handholds at the entrance. You slip out with a wave, and as you do, someone slips back in. You hear Bliss as you glide down the passageway. Moritz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean. You smile. Seems like this could be interesting. I'm not teasing. This is very unusual. Honestly, though, this might be a good thing for my engineering skills. Help Bliss compete. How much is it going to cost me? 100 cryo. Oh, God. Well, we have the money. We're now partnered with Bliss. Okay, we gotta wait for a repair bid to come in. Let's check the gimbal lounge. We could buy a spacer meal. Oh, okay. For just 18 cryo. That's good. So we got another source of food. And then I was going to invest the rest on the sidereal. Because I'm going to get Lemon Mina into space. You mark my words, I'm going to get him into space. Did I check on the garden? I don't think I checked on the garden. Because I think It was either 1 or 2 cycles away, so I want to just verify. Okay, it's 1 cycle away on the garden. Alright. Get him into space, but not in a deadly way. I mean, maybe in a deadly way. Alright. Put the 3 in first. Got a reasonable chance at making progress. There we go. Very nice. Neutral outcome. Put the 4 in. There we go. A good positive outcome. We're making money again. Still no goddamn scrap. Back to the empty container then. Poor Mina yeeted out of the airlock. No! Okay, we got a 1 for hacking. Got a 3, which we can use in the sidereal, maybe. And we got 2 6s, which is nice. Worrying. Deeply concerning, to be quite honest with you. Deeply concerning. What am I meant to be doing for Emphis, by the way? I gotta get Matsutake caps. I don't know where to get those from yet. Can we buy them? No. Okay. Could buy some scrap to repair myself with, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Anyway, let's do a hack. Let's go for here. Another Yadigan agent. I'm just gonna get more data because Yadigan data I know where to sell, so may as well. Over on the... Oh, shit. It was the garden. The garden. Okay. Someone says, sauerkraut with potatoes, ham hock and polar sausage. Simple but satisfying. It may not be ham hock. Not usually sure what to call it. Ham meat on a bone. I'd call that ham hock. I think that makes sense. The aviary. Here we go. So, harvest the mushrooms. 2 random rare mushrooms and girol caps. Sounds great. It's relatively safe, so we're just going to put in the easy. We've got 2 random mushrooms. Let's put in a 6. 2 random rare mushrooms. Okay, so we got clubhead caps, girol caps, Matsutake caps. That's what I want. Okay, have we got enough Matsutake? No. But let's germinate some spores again. We got a point for, you know, doing gardening. So we can put a +1 in on interface. Which would give us more hacking options, which would be nice. Thinking I might do that. Or I could save up and get instant karma and re-roll my dice. No, I'm going to put the +1 in. I think getting a nice +1 on a lot of the board is a good idea. Now, what did Emphis need? Emphis Matsutake caps. Okay, we don't know how many. Let's go find out. Oh, just 2 of them. Perfect. Okay, so they're going to start cooking that. We're going to have to worry about the compressor club tomorrow. A little worried about that one, not going to lie. A little worried about that one. Alright, let's end the cycle and rest. Oof. Balls across the board, huh? You miss me? Even smiles a ragged smile at you. Walk away. Even follows along and you notice he's limping. Come on, Sleeper, just a little joke. I know you have a sense of humor. You look at him. He's paler than usual, hunched. He's sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. It's no way to greet an old friend. Get lost. Ethan's face drops, along with all pretense of friendliness. I think you'll want to hear this, Sleeper, I think, he says, rapidly shaking his head. You'll really want to hear it. Doubt it. Ethan ignores you. This is big, really big stuff. About you. He seems more jittery than usual, on edge. You remember now how S&ARP cancelled the contract on you? The contract I was going to collect? I remember. Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? I lost everything, but let's not worry about that. He smiles sarcastically. And so what did you think? That was it? Stay silent. Well, it was, except... Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old S&ARP gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who is even more of a shithead than yours truly? He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. Oh, Ethan grins. That's the question, isn't it? Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues, about what went down, and it turns out S&ARP cancelled all their bounty contracts, the whole lot. It seems they've brought someone in-house. Some guy who did so well on their last contract that they got offered a job. He leans in. Apparently, he made a hit on this ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. Oh. It was smuggling sleepers out from under S&ARP's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. Ethan whistles. They called him Hemwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget. You mean Winterlight? That's it. He looks at you hard. So you do know about all this. He pats you on the shoulder. And you'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you. Ethan runs his hand through his greasy hair. Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems like you are in need of protection. Wait for the pitch. I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there. The owners, and they say they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Seems they are that kind of businessman. He grimaces. I would pay them, but... He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. Then work it off. You should be glad, the anger rising in him now, that I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You're a contract, a name on a list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that fixed skull of yours. He sighs. Do you think I want to go up against this guy? But us. He jabs a finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. I'll think about it. Ethan nods. I'm at the compressor every cycle working. He pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about that cold-eyed S&ARP shit on his way here from the core systems. He smiles. That should give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. Turns out it's fucked, lemon fucked. It is. It is no longer easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's fucked, lemon fucked. Gotta help clear his debt. Okay. Let's have a look. The Compressor Club. Takes engage, which... We've got +1 in engage? Oh no, -1. I just can't read. I was like, when did that happen? Back work is going to be easier for me, but not great. Okay. So we got to work on that. Sabine wants to talk. 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. You should be here. Well, they should be here, even. Check the terminal. You check and double the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing, just the pale glow. The silence. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. You close it again. Wait. You try to settle down, to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out at the tiny room. Where the hell are they? A knock at the door. Open it. A figure stands in the door and immediately you know it's not Sabine. They're taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape, like a stubby baton, hangs loose from their hand. Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Nothing. She laughs. No need to get jumpy. Just need to discuss our mutual friend. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. And I suppose you're here to help? Something like that. Good, good. She puts the glass down and turns to face you. I love to meet helpers. We need so many, but can find so few with the right skills. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared. Left without even saying goodbye, which means they're in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for. So I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole, and here you are, the help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners. She pauses. S and Arp. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabia looks away, waiting for a response. Stay silent. She crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see S&ARP letterheads and code forms, reports laden with medical data marked with the corporate logo like the sigil of some cult. Rabia steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys of sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an S&ARP employee, why did they help you? Rabia reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light, its viscous clear liquid crystalline within the glass. We will, of course, keep up the supply. We're more than able to dispense important medicines even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment, you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you. I'll ask Shishiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabia closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabia turns on her way out. There's no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I have an office nearby. We've good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. She slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Right, I've got to save to get another update point. I think the next one is maybe going to be instant karma. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, Rabia's office. What does she want? Oh, we've got an appointment in 4 cycles. Okay. It's the Yadigan dispensary. How much is it going to cost here? 80 cryo. So we're going to need money. So I think we're going to spend all 3 of these on the sidereal. Ooh, we might finish the sidereal soon. Oh, did I just get some scrap? Hell yeah. It's going to be helpful. Your crew slowly filters out of the shipyard locker room, the bubbling chatter reducing with each group that leaves. There's excitement in the air. Havenage just made an announcement. The assembly teams are done. Sat on the locker room bench, you can feel the sidereal out there, its hulking mass now intimately familiar to you. Over the past cycles, you've watched it grow, be assembled. You have walked through its veins and welded its bones. Now it is ready for the final stage. It will go to testing now, then enter a final process of sealing and resealing, checking and rechecking before it is deemed suitable for its generational trip. But for now, your work is done. You can't help but feel proud. A cough interrupts your thoughts. It's Lem, changing out of his work gear, Mina nowhere to be seen. He smiles. Should be ready soon. Where's Mina? You two are fast friends, huh? She's being watched at home. Now I'm on the work team. I can afford a bit more help. He corrects himself. Was on the work team, I mean. We're all out of a job now, he quickly adds. Not that I'm complaining. Lem comes to sit beside you on the bench. She's going to be in her best shape when she carries you. Mina and me out of here. So confident? Lem smiles apologetically. Why not? I figure I'm due a lucky turn by now. He rubs his hands nervously. No use in wondering what if, until the draw anyway, and there's a few cycles till then. Lem is right, but the odds seem unlikely anyway. How many are working in the shipyard? Hundreds? 1,000? You've certainly seen more faces than you can count pass through. And are the Sellers Foundation even going to keep their promise? Out here on the Eye, you get the sense that no one will hold them to it. Why else would they be building the sidereal in a surrogate system? As you think, Lem watches you with a worried look. Tell me about Sellers. The Foundation? He thinks. I'm not sure I know much more than you. I hear they have a planet in mind for the sidereal, something temperate and habitable. I think they're run by some rich folk from the core, people interested in doing things different. Different how? Lem looks into space. Well, I guess they don't like the way the core runs things. All these surrogate systems like this one feeding resources into their silos. It's a pyramid of sorts and with a bottom layer. I guess Sellers wants to change that. I'd rather keep my mind on the prize, so to speak. I don't much care what they're for or against, as long as they can help us get out of here. He sighs. You ever been in a thunderstorm, Sleeper? A real big one? No. Shame. Lem shakes his head. The sound, the smell, the rain hammering down, the whole sky stretched out and bruised, roaring and huge. The place I was born, New Pembroke, a dry old rock in a Conway system, had 2 seasons. One of them was as dry as a bone, dusty and ugly. The other was one long storm, a side effect of the terraforming efforts, they said. Rain used to rattle off the roofs like buildings. It washed the like bullets. It washed the dust away, turned the streets to rivers. It'd sing us to sleep and wake us in the morning. You'd wait half a year just to see it again. The best day was the one where the first drops fell. He sniffs. Some days I wake up swearing I can hear it again. To shreds, you say? To shreds! Welcome in, Goblin Hellion. A pyramid, you say? I wonder if it's a scheme. It does sound like it, doesn't it? Although I get the feeling that the series, or Sellers, sorry, are essentially tax dodging by doing this, but yeah. I was thinking, Mina has never seen a storm, never even felt rain. She's grown up here. The ring her only horizon, always in the dark. I want to change that for her. You will. Of course. Almost there. Lem stands, stretching. Best get back to the little one anyway. The shift's done. I reckon she'll be happy to have me home for a few cycles. He shoulders his gear. See you in a few for the draw. I'll be there. Right on, he grins. Lem leaves, making you the last person in the cavernous locker room. As you sit, you think about rain, and a little hope creeps in. Is it possible? Could the sidereal really take you to a planet? A place with weather, with skies, with life? You get up quickly. Before you can think about it anymore, it's too soon to hope, too dangerous. There's work to be done. Sleeper, they don't fucking have any of your fucking condition replenishment stuff on the ship. You're gonna have to get much better at fixing your own body. We gotta wait 6 cycles before we find out. What's happening at the shipyard? Oh, it's the sidereal draw. Wait, that's 3 cycles. What's happening on the horizon? It's gonna move to the hub soon. Okay. The draw is in 3 cycles. It will happily sell by Yadigan data here for money. Could do with a bit more money, so... There we go. We are starving. I'm gonna go back to the empty container and put some scrap in here. Okay, and improves our condition to flickering, which is good. Now, we could do with some food. Emphas, you got any food for me? No. It's a club. Oh, it was, up on the spoke, wasn't it? Yeah, if we go up the car. Hey, one away from Bliss having a job for us. That's good. At the Gimbal Lounge. There we go, we got some food. head back. Mostly do a lurk while you attempt to do client emails with the last remaining brain cell for the day and then zone out. God, yeah, client emails are the worst. I mean, clients, it's good to have them, but God. The act of contacting them is a nightmare. Maywick. Ethan says Maywick is on their way. You'll need to leave the station, get protection, or disable your tracker before they arrive. Shit. Shit. Oh, God. All right, this is the game over clock that we now have to worry about. Okay. Oh, no. Icky says Maywick, Mightwick. Leave the station. We could leave on the Sidereal. But... disabling the tracker, I think, would be a good bet as well. Yeah. Anyway, we better end the cycle. Not there. Oh, no, yeah, there. Music just started playing, that's worrying. 2 6s and a 4. Hey. Quiet voice greets you as you leave. Sleeper, it's me. Who? Moritz. He pauses. I work for Bliss? He rubs the back of his head. You're not an easy person to find. I move around. Moritz holds up his hands. Hey, no judgment, it's cool. You both stand there for a moment, each waiting for the other to speak. So... Ah, yeah, well, Bliss needs you. A job just came in, a real big one. She's asking for you to come up and help her out. I'll be right there. Aw, thank you for the resub, Goblin Hellion. 9 months! Hey,
Smile,
sub baby!
Congratulations, it's a stream.
Congratulations, it's a stream. It is! Nice, yeah. Moritz stands there for a little while, unsure if the message is delivered. I've got it. Cool. He looks around. Bliss just likes me to do a thorough job, you know? He rubs his hands together before burying them in his jacket pockets. See ya, Sleeper. Moritz ambles off down the corridor, kicking out at a filter cap on his way out. Time to head to Bliss's Bay, then. Oh, an anonymous gifter gives us a subscription to Mr. Anderson. Sorry, the moment I see Mr. Anderson, my brain goes full Matrix. Oh, thank you for starting the hype train. I love the hype train noise. Right. I've never explored the Rotunda. I bet there's so many things in there that I could do with. Let's go and check out what Bliss needs. Oh. There it is. The Ember's Wake. Somehow Bliss swung a tanker contract, but the catch is that the work needs to be turned around fast. Too fast. Okay. Right. Well, luckily we're an engineer, so let's put that in here. Oh, we got a random scrap item. That's great. Oh, we can only do it once. Oh, I should have put the 6 in there. Oh my god! Summer, thank you so much! Gifting a subscription to Rough Night, Jinktopus, It's Mike Jones, SU Gaming, and Savage Autumn Froggy Master. Thank you very much. Put that tank lighting in. Okay, we're getting there on sealing the leaks. We haven't got long on this thing. We go to the Gimbal Lounge, get a spacer meal. Thank you so much, Summer. I really appreciate it. Thank you for gifting 6 tier 1 subs and bringing us to a hype level 3. Oh, ho, ho. Wonderful. Hope everyone who got a sub from Summer enjoys it. Very nice. I need to work at the Compressor Club as well. There's so many things I need to do at once. Alright, let's put a scrap component in for self-repair. Okay, that improves our condition, so we'll get slightly more dice. This one's tight. This one is so tight. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Okay. Okay. That's not good at all. Right. Oh, hold on. Let's no, let's do the hack first. Let's do the hack first. What we got? Yadigan? Extract some data. Okay. Rabia needs some info. As you approach the address, Rabia gave you a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of the strength her implants give her. As you turn, you see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabia and Toshiro, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. Gia, please, the sleeper is here by my invitation. At Rabia's command, the hand immediately loosens and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Gia's face. Of course, Rabia, I'm sorry. Rabia waves her away. Don't you worry, I appreciate your protective instincts. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you head to the tambour? They have a delivery coming and they'll need some help with the lifting. Gia nods and walks away. So, Sleeper, you came, I'm glad. Didn't feel like an offer. I'm sorry for that. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on this station who would rather I was dead. I had to be sure you weren't one of them. I wish you no harm. I'm glad. Rabia begins walking and gestures for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways of the low end. What do you know about Yadigan? You run the low end. She laughs. That sounds impressive. We run out of the low end, yes. We don't run it. People with carts push past, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies threat. Is that fair to say? We're framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals. She gestures around at the people in the passageway. But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the Eye, a policeman? Who makes the laws here? No one. This is true. The Eye is lawless, so it is up to all of us to make it work for us. But I don't imagine you think that is a good thing. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erlin's time. They didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotundas safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later when the refugees started arriving. Rabia meets your eye. The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped. Rabia leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yadigan is a child of that conflict, a child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we're a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. Rabia catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while, among the smells and textures of the low end. You start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. Where is Sabine? Rabia sighs and takes a moment to answer. I told you, Sleeper. They've gone, and we do not know where. I understand Sabine must have told you about their debt to us, but that was an agreement entered into willingly, which benefited them greatly. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper, I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yadigan. An ex-corporate employee goes against our nature. But their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied, that was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they've made to us. Yadigan has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. They were trapped, desperate. Many on the IR, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we must ask that our debts are paid in full. Sabine found something. Please, I don't want to hear their accusations. They only wanted to escape their debt. They would have said anything. Where are they now? To stand behind their claims. Stay silent. You realize that Rabia has led you in a loop, and together you both come back up a staircase to the walkway where you met. You're free to go, Sleeper. I've said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. She turns back. However, if you two wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You'll be able to see yet again, to see the low end, with your own eyes, not as others frame us. As for Sabine, she pauses to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. With that, Rabia leaves, slipping back into her office, while you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story, that make up the low end. Summer says, smells and textures out of the low end. Don't you talk about my bottom that way game. What are the textures coming out of the low end? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I've asked the question. I do not want the answer. Thank you everyone for supporting the hype train, getting it to level 3. I hope you enjoy your hype chest and whatever is in it. I got an extremely hyper kitty, so I'm going to paste that into the chat. There we go. Okay. So we got some issues. Work for Rabia. Hey, is Feng done? Should we be popping up there? I think Feng is done, right? Yeah. When you enter the service dock, Feng is already set up, crouched among stacks of equipment. He's leaning over a terminal bathed in a blue glow. He looks totally at home. Sleeper, what do you think? Turns out not everyone in Havenage is set against me. A couple of my old systems pals managed to ship me some of my old gear. He gestures at the pile of blinking hardware. Nice kit. Feng does a mock bow. What are we looking at? One massive smoking gun. He raises his eyebrows. Feng beckons you over. He has a set of scans of the wastes on his terminal with heat maps of activity overlaid. A chunk of the derelict rim is blotchy with bright red and orange marks. Does this look like a wasteland to you? Feng shakes his head. There's hundreds of Conway machines out there, all lined up in concealed hangars, and a whole underground facility to support them. Hardin has got a crew out there putting them together. They must have shipped them in piece by piece through the shipyard, ready for assembly out here. Why? They're planning something. No one needs hundreds of machines of heavy-duty reclamation drones to run this kind of operation. Maybe Hardin masked the whole thing as an effort to clean up the wastes, but there's no way this is about pulling scrap off the eye. Feng looks worried. And why's Conway in the mix? I bet no one in Havenage knows another corporation is setting up on the station. They aren't stupid either. These scans are the best info I can get. The wastes are cut off from the eye's cloud of networks, and the Greenway is in a total dark zone. No data can come in or out. We can't hack them? We can't from here. He turns and winks. That's why I'm going to pay them a visit. How? You forget, Havenage come in and out of there all cycle. I should be able to get in, as long as no one I know sees me. Grimaces playfully. But I need you on the outside to help disable the security systems and cut me a pathway through. There's no cloud access, but if I can get inside, I can open up nodes in their network and we can work in tandem. It's a massive facility, buried deep down there. Miles of corridor and ventways wrapped around cargo bays and hangars, so it'll take more than a few cycles to work through it. But as long as you can keep them off my back, I know I can rip what we need out of there. He pulls a handful of ripple worms from his pocket and hands them to you. These are the last of my little helpers I managed to salvage, so make them count. I modified them slightly. This time they'll feed their data threads back into the system that they're tunneling into, creating a nasty little feedback loop. We run it just like we did with the agents. Hack the nodes I pinged to locate the ports for the security system, then slot the worms in those systems, let them go to town. He points to a fuzzy silhouette of the buried facility on the terminal. Here's the entryway. This is where you can get access to slot the first worm. That'll fry their perimeter systems and get me past the first cordon. What I need from you is to keep your eyes on the facility after you kick things off. You see me pop up a security system, a server bank, you need to break in and slot a ripper to disable it as soon as I can. If I can't, Feng gives you a hard look. You missed a system, you wait too long, they're gonna find me, simple as that. He claps you on the shoulder. I need you focused on this one, so I'm gonna let you fire the starting gun. I won't go until you slot that first worm. I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here, so come back here if you want to see my progress. He affectionately pats the top of the screen. Got it. Don't worry. You can run rings around their protocols. I've seen it. Feng gets up. It's all in place. You just need to make your own preparations, then slot the worm. He stretches. Just don't wait too long. I'm getting bored of all this sneaking around. Once I'm inside, I'll get the proof we need to end this whole thing, no matter what. He crouches to check the terminal. It can't take longer than 6 cycles on this thing, remember that. He stands up. Oh, and one last thing. He lowers his voice. If I get caught, or you don't reach me, or we run out of time, there's one thing I need you to do. What? You take whatever I've managed to pull at that point, all that data, and you slot that stuff straight into the relay I've set up here. He points to a pile of servers and terminals hooked into the dock, with cables as thick as your arm. I repurposed the dock's SOS broadcast system to beam out whatever you put in it. Anyone with a terminal or slate or a server on the eye will see it. That means Havenage, Yadigan, the hub, everyone. No matter what, Hardin isn't snaking away this time. He grins. I've got a bit more to do here, but the moment you slot that first worm, I'll make my move. Gives you a parting smile and turns back to the terminal. The nerves hit as you make your way out of the service dock. Time to prepare yourself. Okay. Where is one slotting these ripper worms? There. Conway access. Alright, we don't want to do that now. We want to do that when we've got a full day. So, let's cross the rim. Head up the spoke. Look on this ship that we have up here. It's risky, but it's the best we've got. Oof. We're now starving. Damn. Okay, leave. Go to the gimbal lounge. Could inject that stabilizer that we've got to get more energy. Because I need to finish this as well. I'm going to inject it, get more energy. Oh, Emphis wants to talk first. Emphis is preparing the Matsutake caps. He cleans them carefully with a damp cloth before shaving the stalks as if he was sharpening a pencil. His knife slides through them, revealing the bright white of the flesh within. He's a good sleeper, very good, he says without looking up. I bartered with Minji for some kelp too, so we can brew the dashi. Dashi? A soup base, very good. Emphis slides the sliced Matsutake mushrooms to one side and takes out a closed pan. He opens the lid and you see the green wafer of kelp sitting in a bath of water. Been soaking it since last cycle, Emphis explains. Should be good to warm now. He places the pan over the burner and turns it on low. We have some time now. He wipes his hands clean and throws the cloth over his shoulder. However, there is one difference this cycle. He smiles. You have been the one providing the ingredients, so it is my turn to provide a story. Okay. Good, this story is important to me. He gestures for you to both sit on the folding stools behind the stall. You see these? Emphis runs a hand over his forearm, tracing the circular scars that mark them like perfect bite marks. Conway called it an anchored interface ring. A mechanical control device for piloting a heavy-duty extraction suit in low-G industrial operations. We called it a bone suit. He points to a pattern of larger circles on his shoulder. They drill in and anchor it here, then all the way down the arm. He tapes each scar on the way. It maps mechanical movements to the suit exactly. A one-to-one mechanical replication. You swing your arm, a 2-ton arm swings too. The bone suit. Yeah. Wow, our mechs are much better. Yeah, we don't have to be strapped in. As the bone provider, I must say that I have already provided a bone suit. A bone suit is like a skin suit, but Or a birthday suit, but even more. Oh, yeah, of course. Yes, Skelly's a bone suit. Absolutely. He points to a pattern. Oh, no, I read this. You should have seen the recruitment vids. Strong people in even stronger suits tearing through stone and scrap. Superheroes. Half my graduating year signed up, from company school to company shuttle. Conway from birth to death. He stared off into the distance for a moment, fighting with the memories. But the bone suits weren't good. The rate of failures was high, and failures meant arms torn off, anchors torn out, broken bones, bad stuff. So after a while, Conway discontinued them. No longer competitive, they said. Checks the broth, turning down the heat and adding the mushrooms. So there we were. Hundreds of us with surgical alterations for suits that didn't work. They sent us home, back to that company colony that spat us out to be cleaners, drivers, cooks. They gave us drugs for the pain and told us to make something of ourselves. When I deserted, bribing some passing spaces to take me into orbit, there were only me and a couple of others left. The rest just faded away. Arthritis, osteoporosis. They folded in on themselves like paper lanterns. That was my generation. The anchor points still ache, still burn. He touches the scars. But what burns worse is the betrayal. I've been on the eye for a long time now, but that will never fade. Not that, and not the faces of my friends. Emphis reaches over and sprinkles a handful of leaves into the broth. It's ready. I'm sorry. Don't be. It was Conway's crime, and you know better than most what we went through. It is enough that you are here to listen. Emphis pours the broth into a double-walled metal bowl and hands it to you. The heat radiates through your hands, and the smell drifts up, rich and sharp, like a pine forest after rain. Yeah, poor Emphis. That's horrible. You drink the broth slowly, chewing the matsutake and thinking. Emphis busies himself with cleaning the pans and the bowl, sealing the kelp back up for another day. Then he quietly comes to sit with you while you finish your meal. Neither of you speak, preferring instead to let the story linger in the air a little longer. It's not that there's nothing to say, it's that sometimes, in the moments after something, speaking breaks the spell. So you both idle, eager to be in each other's company. Emphis takes longer over his cleaning, his packing, and you savouring the final dregs of broth. When you finally finish and hand him the bowl, you feel the spell break and the story leaves you both. And as you leave, you know that both of you are somehow a little more empty and a little more full than before. Hey, upgrade point. We've got 2 points. Let's put it into instant karma. I think it's going to be very helpful. Can I now buy food at Emphasis store? Yes, I can order fungus. Oh, that's cheaper than the other one, so I might keep that up. For when I need it. Can I hit that now to re-roll them? No, okay. I thought it was worth a go. So, interestingly, I might be able to spend the good dice and then re-roll. Not sure. Oh god, the shipyard thing is going to come through as well. Oh no. Everything's happening at once. I'm going to inject the stabilizer. Because I'm going to need the dice. And then end the cycle. Oof. Couple of ones there. Gonna do the reroll. Oh, still a couple of ones, but at least we got 2 6s. It's time for Lemon Mina. The crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them, people you have worked alongside on the Sidereal. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement to anxiety, and few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. You pick out Lemon Mina and work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious, but Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. "Robot!" she shouts, reaching out to you. Hug her. She gratefully accepts your hug, leaning against your chest, and Lem smiles, seemingly glad to share the weight of Mina for a moment. "Quite the turnout, huh?" Lem glances around, pulling Mina close. "I don't think patience is one of the crowd's strengths." The sound of an argument towards the back catches you and Lem's attention. He's putting it lightly. This place seems about to explode. This isn't good. Lem doesn't dare answer, but the look in his eyes suggests he agrees. "This is Asta Enghard of the Sealist Foundation." The announcement echoes from speakers at the shipyard entrance, and shouts of quiet rapidly follow. I'm sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of Kendra Sealis for the work you have done on the sidereal horizon. Most of the crowd strains to see Asta's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure, smudged and unclear. Kendra wanted me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment to and belief in the Sealis Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we knew that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the venerable Havenage Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erlin's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new, decentralized social structure, one where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. You are all pioneers, just like those core citizens who the sidereal horizon will carry in cryosleep to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Sealis 1. At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out among the workers. There, our citizens will be able to create their own innovative bottom-up economic order, aligned with the principles set down by Kendra Sealis herself. Freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Havenage Yards. As a reward for those efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereal Horizon, who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. Lem turns to you, his eyes bright. This is it. I do not feel good right now. I do not think a good thing is about to happen when I hit continue, and I really want something good to happen for Lem and Mina, and I don't feel good. All right, the bottom is dropping out of my stomach right now. It's gonna be real bad. This draw has been performed at random by the central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know you have all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the Sealis identification numbers of those chosen for this great honor. A murmur runs through the crowd. Sealis identification numbers? Licensed contractors? You've never even heard the term mentioned. Is this something you were supposed to be assigned? You glance at Lem, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones like a rising wave. Asher starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration, and everyone pushes forward. Lem? You turn to see Lem still staring. Mina is scared now as the shouts start. Daddy? Someone throws something at the entrance, and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see, for the first time, Havenage security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd. Lem, let's go. He doesn't move. They might call out names. I can't. Mina tugs at his dog tags. It's not happening. Lem blinks rapidly and then turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in her eyes and understands. It's time to go. You lead Lem and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerging at the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing off the shipyard walls. You keep your head down and walk away, the sound of Asta reading off the ciphers echoing above the chaos like some strange mantra. When you turn to Lem, there are tear tracks running down his cheeks, and Mina is sniffling into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you. They screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling is not as unpleasant as it is familiar. You stare ahead into the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Drive failed. Damn. Was there a way on? I wonder if there was a way on and I just didn't know what it was. Maybe I had to work at Havenage. Maybe I had to do something here. You don't know, yeah. At least they're together. Oh, Lem and Mina. Okay, we've got to wait 3 cycles before we can talk to Lem. Alright, I need to ascend up the car and finish this work here.
gonna put a 4 in. We should do it. There we go, we've sealed the leaks. As you both wait in the airlock for it to cycle back to the bay, Bliss thumps you on the arm. Nicely done, Sleeper. We cleared that contract no problem. She stretches. Once we're back in the bay, we can check if the payment has come through and divide it up. She stretches. Feels good. The airlock clunks and the lights flicker. And a moment later, you're back in the bay, where Moritz is at the racks, trying to figure out where the mess of tools Bliss left in her wake should be hung. Leave him be. You look over at Bliss, who is already gliding over to her management console. She twirls a little as she crosses the cavernous bay. No one you've ever met moves as well in zero-G as she does. It's like she was born into it. Shit! Bliss slams a fist on the console. Shit. What's up? I can't even... Bliss closes her eyes. Come here. Bliss calls you over. Look at this. Just look. She spins the terminal screen and you see the details for the bay's account. You see an entry for the Ember's Wake, a repair fee paid in full the moment you finished up the job, but then directly after, the whole amount was transferred back out into an unknown account. What the hell? This is the work of my ex. She punches the terminal. He must have coded a back door into the machine before he left. She rubs her forehead. There's no way we can... She pauses, thinking. Moritz, throw me that wrench. You gonna fix it? Moritz spins the wrench across the bay. Bliss smiles, something like that. Bliss brings the wrench down on the terminal hard. You flinch backwards as a hail of computer parts spill up into the bay in a glittering arc, fragments of screen memory, sections of the casing. When Bliss is done, she clips the wrench to her tool belt. Try backdooring your way into that, you shit. Moritz drifts out from his hiding place among the racks. Bliss, he says tentatively, you want me to... He looks at the arc of fragments drifting around the bay nervously. Bliss shakes her head. No. She sighs. I've got it. You go get me a new terminal, cheapest one you can find. Cobble one together from the pieces of the old exchange if you have to. Bliss. She looks over at you. I'm good now. Bliss glides over to a panel by the wall. Don't worry, one of the first things I'd installed when we spec'd out this place was a cleaning sweep. She flicks over a plastic cover on a huge red button. Watch yourself. She hammers the button, and a row of laser emitters unfold from the bay wall. They start crawling their way across the work area, frying the debris as they do in pulses of burning light. Bliss smiles. It's that or just space the whole bay every few cycles. You okay? Not really. She stares at the sweep panel. Just don't seem to be able to extricate myself from this shit, no matter how hard I try. The cleaning sweep buzzes and crackles as it works its way across the bay. That account wasn't everything. I'm not that stupid. Once Moritz gets back, I'll secure it and flush everything else. She flicks a nearby piece of debris into the path of the sweep. Clean break. Then we take another contract. That's it. She shuts off the sweep as it reaches the near end of the bay. You don't want the cryo back? Oh, I want it, but it's gone. You could have transferred it anywhere. She looks out across the hub. And even if I knew where he was, the last thing I want is to ever see him again. She rubs her forehead. I'm sorry, Sleeper. I know you worked for this too, but next time won't be the same. Better not be. She looks away. See you in a few cycles. Moritz will let you know. She kicks off into the bay to finish cleaning up. Still think this is a scam, to be quite honest. But okay. Sitting in the car. Right. I'm gonna do some hacks. Slot in for some money. Maybe start paying the tab at Conway's. And then we sleep. And then we're gonna crack Conway. Oop, Hunter didn't get me this time. I think. Well, we might have lost some condition there actually. Can't do that keynote. Got a Havenage agent. 2 or 3. Can't match that. Okay. Renegade agent. 3. Here we go. And then, yeah, these 6s, I'm gonna pop them in compressor. If I work the front with the 6s, it's a much better chance of solving Ethan's debt. There we go. Making progress. Alright. Sleep up.
got time on this. We got time, but worries me a little bit. It worries me a little bit for sure. Okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's re-roll. Okay, 2 6s and a 3. I can probably use that. Where's all my good luck gone? I had so much luck before. Let's go. Cross over to the Greenway and let's start. Process. Hallway access. Slot the Ripple Worm. As you slot the worm, a thread jumps out of the facility. It unspools in front of you, releasing its data like ink and water.
Hey, Sleeper.
Feng's voice crackles through even.
Moving in. Nodes, then ports.
A whir of interference.
Slot the worms. Timer starts now. Stay safe.
The thread dissipates. You're on your own now. Consec. Bypass it. Extract the data. F1 port located. Consec F1 port. Ripple worm. Okay, security layer F disabled. We now have S1 and S2. Can't hack either of those at the moment. S2. Oh, annoying. 4 or 2. I got 6s and 1s. I got 6s and 1s. There's nothing I can do here. Okay. In that case, I'm going to gather some scrap. Keep my condition up. Cackle. To sleep, perchance to dream. But what dreams may come of these? What's happening here? Oh, Conway extraction, yeah. Hey, Bree, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I need to eat some food as well. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to Citizen Sleeper. We sleeping. We're doing some hacking as best we can while doing our best to survive. I'm going to go see Emphas. That's Compressor Club. Don't want to go there. Emphas store. Open a little cryo. Some fungus. Wonderful. Thank you, Emphas. Can we work at the ore fabricator? No, we can't work at there. We can work at the ore exchange. We can sell components. I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do a risky action with 1s. Like, is there somewhere I can put a 1 in? Compressor Club? Would that work? Is there a safe? Is there a safe? I think they're both danger. Oh, no. We don't want to be doing that. I could do some hacking again, I guess. Data's always sellable. Yeah, it's probably the best idea. Let's do some hacking. Your colleague and his kid okay? Absolutely not. Why is the space station filled with bees? Why not? Bounty Hunter extorted his tab yet? He tried to, but he was too drunk and the bartender had unloaded his gun. So now the bounty hunter works for me. Sort of. But we have another bounty hunter who is a like legit professional coming after us. I don't know if you remember the film Serenity, but the bounty hunter from that is kind of what's happening right now. That guy's after us, which is a big problem. Let's go back to bedtime. We will put some repairs in. Keep my condition to max. End the cycle. He's got a katana and speaks in flowery accusations of sins. Probably. We don't know him yet. He's not arrived. 1, 3, 4. I'm gonna reroll. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I think we can use that. We can use that. can use that. Let's finish this hacking. Is he weak to screwdrivers? We haven't found him yet. I mean, he's not arrived yet. But we've got to save Feng. Feng's having a moment at the moment. Right. Consec 2. We need a 4. We don't have a 4. Oh no, it'll also take a 2. Bypass. Extract data. Okay, we've got the S1 port location. Consec S1. We've got a 5. Bypass. S1 port location. So we've now got Consec port S1. Install the Ripple Worm. Is he the guy that blew up the ship that you got fired for investigating? Yeah, that one. That one. Alright, now we're at Consec X3. What do we need? Okay, we got a 6. Got a 6 here or a 4. What about X2? 5 or 3. So we can do 2 of these so far. And the last one, 6 or 5. Shit. Let's pop the 6 in here then. Bypass. Okay, got himself in trouble. Sort of. We're kind of doing like the hack of the century. Right now. Engage zone out mode. Yes! Absolutely. Congratulations on getting all of the shitty things done. Okay, we got just a 2 left. So I'm gonna pop back. We're doing okay time-wise here. I could maybe work the mushroom farm. Collecting spores. It's merely risky. We've got a 75% chance of succeeding with something here. No luck, we lost energy. That's bad. That's bad, because we're low on money. And I'm giving it all to Emphis. You sent off your email about the... Oh, did you contact Evil Hat? Did they reply? I hope it went well. Alright, Emphis, I need food. Oh, you need to. Got it, yeah. Yeah, do that. Alright, we got food. Back home. We don't have to worry about those clocks. Have to worry about that clock. That clock's filling as well, and I'm wondering what's going to happen when that fills in. Lemon Mina, you're on a clock too. Got one more. One more until that's done. Oh, everything is finishing at the same time. Alright. End cycle. You're still drafting it. It's been years since you wrote a formal email. Fair enough, yeah. Okay. Okay. We can finish this off. Alright, the sidereal is gone. It's at the hub, right? Oh, Lemon Mina. Lemon Mina, aha. Alright, let's sort of... Lemon Mina, let's go talk. There's no answer when you buzz Lem's unit, but the door's open. You push the door and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor playing with Bun Bun. Hi, Mina. Hi, robot, says Mina sullenly, waving Bun Bun's paw without looking up. Where's Daddy? Mina doesn't respond. She walks Bun Bun across the floor, narrating quietly to herself. You look around the unit. It's a mess, dishes and glasses on the side, some of Mina's clothes piled up in a corner. Mina is sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor, her drawing slate cracked and dark. Tidy up. You start with the kitchen units, piling up the dishes in the auto wash and wiping them down. You pile the clothes up next, folding them neatly. Mina watches you quietly. She plays, curious but silent. You've just started to look at fixing a cracked slate when Lem enters. Sleeper, what are you... He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again. Never mind. He drops a bag by the door and slumps onto the couch. Everything okay? Lem lets out a weak laugh. You forgot the past few cycles now too? Wish I was so lucky. He looks where the open door. Look, now's not a good time. What happened? What happened? We messed up, that's what happened. We put our hopes in someone else's stupid scheme. He pinches the bridge of his nose. You understand they never even put us on the list, right? I've been all around the rim looking for work and I've run into more than a few from the crews. Turns out only long-time Havenage members were issued those C-list ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Havenage said they didn't know that was what they were going to use to make the draw, and who knows, maybe Sealess pulled the wool over their eyes. But what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else. He slams his hand down on the sofa. That can't be it. Well, it is. He looks at the open door again. They're moving the sidereal up the hub now, you know, he says without meeting your eye. That's where it'll depart from. They're bringing in a ship with all their cryo-sleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. You could sneak aboard. Think they're just going to let people on board? The security they'll have has to be impossible. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time. He sighs. We had our hearts set on that trip is all. Mina comes over and climbs into his lap. He smiles. What if I got you on board? I missed you these past few cycles. I missed that optimism. Lem strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around? Be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the sidereal will bring in a crowd, but be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You find any way on board, you take it. You need help to get there? Ask me, but for now, me and Meanie here are sticking to the eye. She looks up at him and smiles. I'll find a way for us all. Lem smiles, but doesn't say anything. You stand to leave, and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you're out. Back in the walkways of the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right. Alright. Let's go up to the hub. Oh, Bliss is getting us another job. Got the sidereal dock. Can scout the dock and see what we can find away on board. I gotta do the hacking first. How long's the sidereal here for? I think it's here for a while, right? Like, there's no clock for it leaving. Bet everyone on that ship will get screwed anyway. Honestly, yeah. Okay. Gotta help with this. Consec, X1, we need a 6. We've got a 6. Bypass, extract data. Got our last Ripple Worm location. Consec port X. Slot the Ripple Worm. Okay, all layers unlocked. Bread from the facility cuts through the cloud like a hairline crack of light. That's it. The final layer of security broken. Somewhere buried in the depths of the station, Feng is in control. He's slicing into the camera control circuits and piping out the result. The thread flickers and unravels into an image, a scene, 2 figures in a room, one sat, the other pacing. The pacing figure resolves to Hardin, the unmistakable superior posture, the shock of grey hair. The second figure's features don't seem to resolve. They're vague, unformed. A problem with the data, perhaps? You look closer. Then you see it. The figure is a proxy. Perhaps you should have expected it from Conway, a corporation whose very existence is owed to automation. The proxy is a machine designed to be piloted by remote connection. Somewhere elsewhere in the system, or someone elsewhere in the system is puppeteering it with their own body, speaking so it may speak. The proxy sits impassively, or the Conway executive that is piloting them does, from the distant safety of some ship or orbital colony, perhaps.
We could move forward, there is no doubt,
Hardin is saying.
The reclamation teams are almost ready, and after that I will make the declaration. Nothing has to change.
The proxy leans forward, its movement stilted, uneven, as if its body was being refracted through water. But things must change, Hardin. We need further assurances. I've been informed of a breach in one of the closed networks in the low end. You have been careless. Hardin waves the accusation away.
We've been stretched. A breach was detected, yes, but no data of value was lost.
Our board is concerned, Hardin. A drop in our value would be unwelcome at this time. The proxy leans back, its posture dominant. If the reclamation of AE-1 is contested, then we could be drawn into a compromising legal position. Hardin approaches the proxy.
There will be no contest, not from Solheim, who cannot muster a defense, not from Havenage, who will fall into line below me.
He crouches in front of the seated figure, eye to eye. And the people of this station, refugees, gangs, spaces... Oh, sorry, no, this is Hardin speaking.
And the people of this station, refugees, gangs, spaces, all either opportunists or degenerates. Havenage is no longer strong, no longer united. No one here believes in Erlin's vision, nor has the strength to enact it. I sat across from him at the negotiating table. He was forceful, eager, weakened by his ideological convictions perhaps, but a great man nonetheless. This place no longer deserves to bear his name. The eye is crippled. It cannot survive. It is a ruin filled with squatters and outlaws. They will be lucky if it still spins in 100 cycles. Hardin stands. You will move forward with the reclamation because otherwise you will lose your advantage in the system. Without your advantage, you will lose claims on the remaining palladium. Without the palladium, your factories will go dark. He pauses. Do I need to continue?
One moment comes a response from the proxy, and its head drops to its chest. Hardin steps back and paces once more, awaiting the discussion taking place elsewhere in the system. You watch Hardin as he paces, as he considers his future. What goes on within a mind like that? In the mind of a man who would burn all those around him for a path to some imagined golden end. The proxy lifts its head. We're happy to proceed. We will legally claim the station, formerly known as Solheim AE1, as salvage within 6 cycles. Havenage is to assist with the transport of the illegal residents to Conway housing and labor facilities. The proxy judders to its feet. Conway will also claim 70% of the raw output of the reclamation process after losses have been accounted for. Hardin nods.
I accept.
The proxy reaches out to shake his hand like a marionette, and then the recording loops. You watch it play out a second time, gripped by a horrified fascination. There's a bluntness to the conversation, to its blatant disregard for humans as anything other than objects. Things to be moved, to be used, to be fed into structures, crushed, and losses accounted for in the cells of tables, the margins of ledgers. You realize now that you're no different than anyone else on this station in the eyes of the people in that room, and those like them. Each body here can be recast as a piece of property, a tool, an expense, an acceptable loss. In one moment they can be named a citizen, celebrated, protected, and in another the very idea of citizenship can be used against them. That is what it means to live in proximity to a system like this. No longer. Not while the eye spins. You gather the recording, pack it into a polygon of purest light. Then you drift down into the service dog like a falling leaf and find the relay. It only takes a second to place that polygon of data, that recording, into the relay system Feng prepared, and then you watch as it bursts out, a web of threads, heading out into the black, to every network device on the eye. Let's see what power makes of a man. Ooh, nice. We did it. We fucking got him. We got him. No, it's not Rip Fang. That's what I'm worried. I'm worried about Fang. Havenage is in crisis. The building is chaotic. Most of it is in total lockdown. No one will give you a straight answer about Fang or Hardin. Yep, okay, so they're in chaos. We've got to wait how long? Two cycles. I mean, 2 cycles to get an answer on there. Because if we can get the tracker disabled, we don't have to worry about this anymore. Got another upgrade point. I could finally get rid of the -1 on engage, which honestly would help. I'm less worried about Icebreaker and all that. So I might do that. Oop, wrong button. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We need to go to the hub. Okay, we're still waiting on Bliss. So let's go to the Sidereal. Let's scout the dock. We can put 4s in. I think that's fair. Okay, we're improving it. Put the 6 in. Getting halfway. Do I put the 2s on? What are our chances? 75% chance of something good happening, so let's try it. Okay. One more. Oof, lost a bit of energy. That's okay. As things go, that's okay. Descend to the rim. And we will go back to Emphas. Re-up our energy. We are going to need some money soon, though. sleep. Okay. 2 5s and a 6 is pretty good. Sleeper! Morris is waiting for you on your way out. How have you been? Surviving. Morris nods. That's the struggle. He glances around. He runs his hand through his hair. I've been meaning to ask you, Sleeper, what's it like? I mean, you know, what does it feel like? To be a sleeper? Yeah, he shrugs, if you don't mind. It's strange. Yeah. I know I can't understand it, you know, with your framing, well, everything else. But I wanted to say I have a lot of sympathy for it, like having to find a place, having to survive, having no future. He looks down. A lot of people around here understand that. Moritz looks away, and you notice him for the first time, not just as Bliss's assistant, but as someone with their own worries, their own struggles, their own life. You feel bad for not noticing earlier. Moritz looks back at you. Anyway, got a message for you. Bliss sent me down. We've scored another contract, and she needs your help. That's the message, he pauses. Look, I know last time the payment didn't come through, but you did good work. Bliss knows that. That's on her. Moritz flinches. She's doing her best, alright? Let's see. He doesn't respond. See you up there. Moritz turns and strides off, leaving you in the corridor. Time to help Bliss, and maybe this time you think to yourself it'll work out. I hope so, because I need money. I need money. I need money real good, like right now. I could sell some data if I need to. Anyway, first things first, Sidereal Dock. I'm gonna put in 100% positive, find a way on board. There we go. Continue. Quite the achievement, isn't she? Kendra Kellis must be proud. You turn quickly to see a figure, hooded and tucked into the shadows near the viewing platform. Do I know you? Sadly, no. But I know you, or at least I've seen you passing through the low end. You shouldn't rush through so much. The low end's pleasures tend to reward the wanderer. He looks around, but the platform is clear. We should be quick in our conversation, but I don't wish to unsettle you. I deal in data, and I believe you might have need of some. Castor walks out to stand beside you on the platform. The telltale clunk of magnetic boots accompanies his slow crossing. He notices you looking at them. I don't much like it up here, he explains. I hear there was some trouble at the Havenage shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery. They screwed us. I know, he sighs, meeting your eye. An ugly business. Sealers are too used to the way things work in the core. Exploitation is the only logic they know. He gestures out at the sidereal. You know why they built this monstrosity on the eye? Control. Certainly, there is no corporate oversight out here, but that's not all. He stares at the pristine yellow hull. Silis built it here, says Castor gravely, because they didn't want anyone to know it exists. He rubs his forehead, and secrecy is something I cannot abide. He turns to face you. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people locked in cryosleep like that person you were emulated from. There are hundreds of them, and Sealis wants to send them out to a planet at the edge of the settled systems without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, can do something about that. You're like me, you deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. With someone like you on the ship, secrecy isn't a problem. You can ping back whatever I need whenever I need it, as long as you're on board. With you on the sidereal and with some minor modifications, he pauses, you can be my eyes and ears. I'll keep track of Silas's grand project through you. In short, says Castor, stretching, I can get you aboard, Sleeper, but I'm going to need you to help me. Who are you? I'm a concerned party. Someone who likes to know what is happening. When it is happening, not afterwards. It's not just me. Yes, your friend Lem. That can be arranged. It's difficult, but not impossible. The condition is, of course, that you go too. Castor clunks closer to the window, watching the tugs wheeling around the sidereal. It's a simple offer, and the only one that will get you back on that ship. Please consider it. Turns back, silhouetted against the ship. But to make it happen, I need your assistance. As I said, there's the Sealess Foundation ship docked in the now empty shipyard. I need the data from its servers. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit. Castor looks over his glasses at you. Sealers aren't stupid, though. Their ship is totally isolated from the station. You'll need to get on board if you want access to their air-walled servers. Once you have the data, meet me at your friend's unit so we can give him the good news. He smiles. I noticed his importance to you and the little one. So cute. You don't extract the data before the sidereal horizon leaves the hub, then I will get the message. We have other options, but you are certainly my preferred one. But be sure when when you act, Sleeper. Once you take the data from Celis, you'll set off a series of events that will likely be hard for you to untangle yourself from. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here. You're bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Castor glances around as if to emphasize the point. There are only a handful of cycles until departure, Sleeper. Make your decision. With that, Castor marches back off the platform, the sound of his mag boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the sidereal horizon and the part it may play in your future. Okay. Let's head down and see what we're dealing with. We gotta help Lemon Mina, I know. That's the thing. I gotta help Lemon Mina. He's got a little happy face. Sorry, that was too much. We can use engage or intuit. Engage is better. Maybe I'll pop 6 in engage. Bluff past security. +3 on Celis infiltration. And we'll put a 5 in here. Observe and explore. We don't want to do it again. We don't want to do it again on the 2s right now. Let's get some more data. We'll sell that data and use that to buy food. Haven't yet worked out what I can do with keynotes. But hopefully I'll find something. Now, where was I selling this data? Where was I selling this data? Was it Tambor Tea House? I want the Havenish data. Become a Ratigan insider. I keep calling it Ratigan. I want to know what happened to Sabine as well, but Lemon Mina are my priority. Giving a bunch of Yadigan data for money. I would like to be able to put multiple in, I think. For these ones, for these repeatable ones where there's like no specific special info. Be able to put like all 4 in would be nice. You know? Save me a bit of time. Lemon you? Oh, Lemon Mina. Alright, let's go to sleep. Oh, we need food. Food first, food first, food first. Emphas, feed me. Thank you. That gets us another 2 cycles. Could do with some scrap. Haven't got many engineering jobs available. We can always hunt for scrap up in the top. 5s and 1s. Interesting. Do I want to re-roll that? Honestly, the 5s are pretty good. Maybe if I use the 5s and then re-roll. Shit, Fang is back as well. Oh no, everything's happening at once. Okay, let's start with Fang. Fang grins at you as the bay door slides open. Above, in the rest of the building, people are busy, frightened. They speak in hushed tones and organize endless meeting after endless meeting. Havenage have avoided a full-blown crisis for now, but change is coming. Fang is in good spirits, and bundles you inside before you even have the chance to greet him. That was the sickest operation this station has ever seen, he hugs you firmly. You made my job easy, he shakes you by the shoulders. I'm so proud. And, he smiles, I got to watch through the cameras as the Havenish security that weren't in on it assaulted the station. Fang smiled. One of them straight up just whacked Harden with their pistol. It was beautiful. What are they going to do with him? I'm not sure anyone knows, but he's cooperating in dismantling his operation and scaring off Conway. Maybe they'll exile him when they're done, or hand him over to some core authority. Feng shrugs. Now I know he won't be an issue, I'm going to be focusing on systems for a bit. He shakes his head, seeing as that's my actual job. Points to the ceiling. The people upstairs weren't so happy, though. They've been fielding questions about the state of the eye right and left since the recording got out. People are scared. Is it true? Feng looks at you directly. Not if we don't want it to be. He touches a stack of hardware. The eye is old, and it was never meant to run like this. The master control points that Erlin and Havidage installed, they keep it spinning on the rim. They keep it spinning from the rim. That isn't ideal. But if you're asking me if the eye will stop spinning next cycle, no. He smiles. And me, and a ton of other skilled people will be working to stop it happening in the cycle after that. Hardin's problem was that he didn't believe in people. He believed in systems and their ability to shape the world around them. Feng squeezes your shoulder. But as far as I'm concerned, people should be the ones running the systems, not the other way around. Anyway, Feng raps on the side of his terminal. No, you didn't come down here for a lecture. My tracker. I haven't forgotten. It produces a thumbnail drive. I managed to finish that code solution I showed you. It's a modified ripple worm, one made to deactivate that tracker of yours. In the time since I got back, I added something extra. That tracker of yours doesn't just show S and up where you are, it transmits data about the state of your body, your current condition. My worm won't just deactivate it, it'll edit that data to tell S and up that your body is irreparably damaged. DNR, do not retrieve. He grins widely. Pretty smart, right? That's perfect. Just slot it already. You take the drive and hold it in your hand. Then you close your eyes and open up your access ports. Take down your defenses. The worm immediately enters your closed network. It whips through it, taking things with it as it goes. The moment they're gone, you forget they were ever there. They just blink out of existence. A second later, it is done. You open your eyes. How do you feel? Asks Feng a little nervously. Free. Feng smiles widely. Well, you are free, sleeper. He claps you on the shoulder. Feng lets the word free hang in the air a little before he continues. Seems like it might be finally time for a celebration. Feng wraps his arm around you. Jenna still owes us these drinks. He laughs and you join him. And later, when you leave, you feel deeply thankful for having such a friend. As you walk away from the building, you look up at the wide curve of the eye, up at the hub, and the other rim beyond it. The whole thing twinkles with lights, and it seems impossible to see it as anything other than breathtakingly beautiful. It feels in that moment like something eternal. That doesn't mean it can or even should last forever, or that it will never change, fade, or decay. It simply means that in this moment, this place has a future, and it is one that you know, deeply and truly, is worth protecting. Hey, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Hell yeah. I got an upgrade point. Do I want to put it in a Thrill Seeker? Extra energy would help. Ooh. Got a scene over here. Ethan. We can go tell Ethan to fuck off. That's great. The compressor is almost empty when you enter. A couple of scattered patrons in the booths and a lone bartender. The bartender recognizes you immediately when you arrive and nods, and you return the greeting. You know already that you won't find Ethan here, but you had to be sure. With your tracker reporting you dead, he wouldn't have stuck around. You look at the empty stool, his empty stool, and you smile. You can imagine him on it when his slate chirps, letting him know that the target he was tracking is dead. You can imagine the screaming and the swearing, too. Is that all you were to Ethan? Another target? Or was there something else going on? Seems like a foolish question to ask now, when he's fled the station, but it bothers you anyway. You take one last look and walk out. You doubt you will ever come back to this place, or the memories it holds. You walk back out into the lights of the Bright Market and allow yourself a smile. So this is what Feng meant when he said you were free. You could get used to this. Okay, but I need to save Lemon Mina as well. I need to save Lemon Mina. Okay. Infiltrate the cellars. We've got the servers. Extract the data. You find the data, but sitting right beside it is a cache of cryo. You take both. Too easy. Hey, that works. That's everything. So we've got the data. Let's give that guy the data. Castor. When you arrive at Lem and Mina's unit, Castor is already waiting outside, leaning beside the door. Forgive me, Sleeper, but Silas is already buzzing with news of the breach. I was expecting you. Will this work? Don't worry, the breach cannot be traced to the specific IDs I am about to create. Castor reaches into a pocket and produces a sleek green and white hand terminal. The data, please. Hand it over. You hand over a drive with the data and Castor fishes around for a converter cable to hook it up. He slots it into the terminal, and after some whirring, a set of 2 transparent films marked with numeric sequences are produced. 2 tickets to an uncertain future, Castor smiles to himself. The child will go with Lem, of course. Pockets them. These are yours, but first, he holds out a white cube. Your side of the deal. What is it? Something to help us make use of you. He passes you the square, and you rest it in your palm, a small white perfect cube. Suddenly, you feel a sharp pain and flinch. The cube jumps from your hand and rattles along the walkway. You look at Castor apologetically. Castor smiles. Not to worry, it's done its job. Now it is for you to do yours. You look down and see a tiny pinprick in the center of your palm. Nothing sinister. Castor puts the terminal away. This way we can keep track of you and the sidereal horizon. Whatever you need to do. Excellent. Castor hands you the transparent films and you see shimmering portraits of you and Lem flickering beneath the surface. Go give them the good news. And he reaches across and buzzes the unit. Lem slides open the door, half dressed in his gear. Sleeper, what brings you up here? Come in. He beckons you inside. You look to the side expecting to see Castor, but the wall is empty. The unit is cleaner, better organized than last time. Lem sits at the thin bar and gestures for you to sit. Hold on a sec. I have a cough coming. I'll be right back. Back. There we go. Mina's with some of the local kids. Someone has started doing lessons down the way. She seems to like it. You sit at the bar. What's up, Sleeper? I have some news. Out with it then, Lem laughs. I have Sealer's IDs for us. You have... Lem freezes. How? He blinks rapidly as if to wipe you from his vision. Does that mean we're leaving? Lem stands up and paces around the unit. We have to pack, he starts laughing. Holy shit, we have to pack. He turns back to you smiling. How the hell did you swing this, Sleeper? A friend helped. Well, thank you, friend. You show him the ID films and he whistles at the portraits. Impressive stuff. He pats you on the shoulder. You should stay until Mina gets home. We can tell her together. Sure. The buzzer goes. That'll be her. Lem gets up and opens the door, and Mina, a bundle of energy and life, rushes into the room. Robot, she shouts. Again, I have a feeling it's going to screw me over, but hopefully we're good. Lem picks her up. Mina, you won't believe what they brought us. You flash her the passes, and she looks confused. We're going away after all, Meanie. He lifts her up above her head, on that big, beautiful ship. Mina screams and Lem laughs. He puts Mina down and she runs over to you and hugs your legs. I love you, Robot, she says quietly, so only you can hear. I love you too. And a while later, when you leave, you don't even think to check for Castor by the door until it's too late. You stop and turn halfway down the walkway, but there's nothing there. Even that little white cube is gone. So you keep walking, back through the low end, deep in thought, excited and scared all at once. Okay. So, how long have we got? Sidereal leaves in a few cycles. Okay. Well, let's see if we can help. I need to help. I'm going to put my 6 into here to get the positive answer. To save some of the crop. And then let's start working on it. Okay, we're ahead of the game here. Descend to the rim. Achievement unlocked. Yeah, achievement unlocked. Save Lem under any circumstance. Okay. Emphas. Fill me up. Let's end the cycle. I'm really nervous. Something's gonna go wrong. Like, I shouldn't be this nervous, but I am. Rerolling that. There we go. That's better. I can use that, at least. Some engineering in here. Positive. If I put the 2 in, there's a good chance I will make the final progress. There we go, got it. You and Bliss are floating in the bay's airlock, waiting for it to cycle. You pick a few leaves from your clothes as you wait. They float around the chamber as if carried by a lazy wind. Clean work. Bliss bows a little. Well, thank you, Sleeper. You didn't do so bad yourself. She checks her tool belt. Seems like we're getting into a good rhythm. The now familiar sequence of clunks and rattles sound on, and then the door hisses open. The moment it does, you know something has once again gone wrong. What's all this? Bliss asks a confused-looking Moritz. Beside him are a set of crates anchored to the bay floor. He's clearly just brought them in through the bay's freight lock. Moritz looks nervously between the two of you before answering. It's payment. He runs a handle on the crate. The Sycamore Seed crew just brought them over. He stops, but seeing the look on Bliss's face, adds, they were very thankful. I bet they were, she clenches her fist. What the hell is inside? Moritz leans over and struggles with the catches on each side of the top crate. As he does, Bliss turns to you. Don't say it. Bliss stares into space. Don't you dare say it. Stay silent. Don't. She gives you a hard look. This isn't my fault. Moritz finally gets the catches free, and the lid floats off, drifting up into the bay. As it does, a small brown lump floats up with it. Moritz reaches out and catches it as it passes him. Is that a mushroom? Bliss finishes. A damn mushroom. They paid us in mushrooms? Not just mushrooms. He holds out a clump of tightly packed leaves. Produce. Bliss starts laughing. Goddamn Haifa commune. Should have known they didn't have a chit to rub between them. She knocks a small brown mushroom across the bay. Stop, Bliss. Moritz grabs her hand. These are good, fresh, we can sell them. To who, Moritz? We're running a grocer's now? We need cryo, otherwise this whole bay will be shut down. We can't pay for parts of leafy greens. She waggles them in Morris's face. I can use them. Bliss raises an eyebrow. What, 4 whole crates? Even you can't be that hungry. You can take a few, but the rest will sell. She smiles to herself. Or at least Moritz will sell them if he's so eager. Moritz closes up the crates and starts moving them. It isn't that bad, Bliss. It's a step in the right direction. He glances at you, looking for backup. It's not great. Not great, Bliss repeats. Well, that's a change from absolutely dire, at least. She waves Moritz away. You have my blessing, sell away. She kicks away towards the new patched-together terminal. Until then, I'll be working on how to keep this place open. Moritz goes back to moving the crates. You'd better be on your way, too. You grab a handful of mushrooms on your way out. No use letting them go to waste. God damn it. Wait, hold on. I never did finish exploring this area. I don't think I've got time. We gotta go on that ship. God bless is bad at running a business. I think Moritz might actually be sabotaging her. I legit think that might be the case. Oh, I didn't get any clubhead caps. I only had Girol caps. I mean, I can sell them, I think, at the Paz Import-Export. Nope, it's Matsutake they want. Damn it! I don't even know what I could do with these mushrooms then. Ah, shit. Well, better go back to sleep. Feels like Moritz is trying to do his best, but he's awkward. Yeah, it's one or the other. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Reroll that. That's a bit better. Don't actually know what I'm gonna do with the... Now that we've got time. Can't go back and hack their servers again. That would have been fun. I suppose I could go and... Ooh, is Doc B2 in? No. What about Doc C4? No? Okay. Thought there might have been a chance someone was there to buy things. I don't want to do the Rabia quest line right now. I could finish exploring the hub. See if there's anything else up there. Access the manifests and see what we can see. Nice. A bit of cryo out of it. Ooh, Kisho capsule. Oh my god, we could have rented a place? I could have lived somewhere else? It is no different to renting the normal place. Ah, I thought it might have improved my energy or something. Okay, never mind. Well, at least I got a place to live before I leave. Descend to the rim. I could have been someone. Where's Emphas? Emphas, give me some discount. Fungus, thank you. I still got some dice. Who needs work? Who needs work? Guess I could work here. Patrol the ward. Oh, this gives me energy? Shit. That would have been good. Damn it. I didn't need to get the fungus. Oh well. Good use of my money there. Or my dice there. Stay in my capsule. That's good rolls. That's good rolls. Gotta wait some more cycles. 4 more cycles. Okay. Mrs. Bay will have something for me in 2. Let's go down. Let's continue working at Rabia's office. In fact, no, hold up. Wrong button. Let's work on collecting tithes, which will get me better benefit, I think. Oh, and some scrap. It's great. I didn't realize I could get scrap from it. Oh my god, that's great. And then we'll patrol the ward. Get our energy back. This could be good work for me at the moment. As you say your goodbyes to the other enforcers and walk back through the low end, a chirruping catches your attention. In a quiet corridor away from the main thoroughfare, someone has stuck a small recorder to the wall with soot sealant tape. Written across the fluorescent tape is one word, Sleeper. You peel it away from the wall, and as you do, it triggers some kind of improvised trip switch. Sleeper, Sabine's voice crackles through. I've seen you with Yatagan members. Are they holding you captive now too? A high whine. I'm sorry if I've dragged you into this. Do not trust them. Something is happening within the gang, some kind of power struggle. You cover the speaker a little, their voice too loud in the quiet corridor. I will come soon. Thanks to your efforts, I've located most of their properties. At the right time. A pause. I will see you soon. Don't give up. Remember our deal. The recording cuts out. You stare at the recorder, processing what you've just heard. Hearing Sabine's voice again opens up something inside of you. An SNRP employee. Do they know that I know? You struggle with a mix of concern and mistrust. You throw the recorder into a nearby waste chute as you leave the corridor, still unsure who to trust, and head quietly out of the low end. Yeah, not sure if I trust Sabine, but on the plus side, working there is getting me some delicious scrap. And scrap means I can repair my condition. It's also getting me energy, which means I don't need to spend money at Emphas. cycle. Okay, that seems good. We can use that. Send to the rim. We'll have another job coming through next, so let's put our risky one in, get some scrap. Put our 5 in as well. Ah, we didn't get scrap from that one. Could put the 4 in. We'll put the 4 in and see what we get. Put the last 4 in for energy over here. Oh, yep, that was bad. Okay. Get our energy back. Leave. Oh, we lost conditions, so that's the risk we play there. That's the risk we play. So we go back. Into our capsule. What we can. In the cycle. Okay, Moritz is going to be at our door again. No. Yes. Sleeper! Moritz is leaning against the corridor wall. It's time. He looks away. Big job just came in. Grand finale. You up for it? I'm ready. Alright then. We are in business. He pushes away from the wall. This has to work, Sleeper. Has to. He looks down. If it doesn't... This okay? He frowns. I don't think so, but she isn't hiding that from anyone. Look, Bliss has had a rough time of it. I thought you of all people would understand that. He runs a hand through his hair. Sorry, didn't mean to be... He smiles. Bliss is a good one. She gave me a chance. I owe her. He straightens up. I know you have your own things going on, Sleeper. We all do. But the Bay needs someone. Bliss needs someone. Hell, I need someone to help me keep Bliss from spinning out completely. He scratches the side of his head. Otherwise, there's not much I can do. He shakes his head, and I would hate not to pay back my debts. Moritz stretches. I've got to get back. He nods and walks away. I'm out. See you up there. Alright. The Starwood Vector. Okay, we've got 2 repeatable actions. Untangle the sails. +3 to rigged and ready. +2 to rigged and ready. Let's put our +3 in on the 100%. +3 in as well. And put in our +5 as well. Okay, we're making good progress. Our 1 we don't want to be doing in that. Let's re-roll it. We've got a 3. We can turn that into a 4. We're going to put the 4 in here because it's riskier. Okay, making progress. Still got 2 cycles on the sidereal. So that's our time limit. Our time limit is the sidereal, which is worrying. Better get back, rest up, and get back on it. I want to finish this before we go. I really want to help. I really want to help Bliss. Okay. Let's put our 5 in, and then re-roll. Oof. Put our 5 in. Now I'm going to take a risk. We lose energy on this one instead of progress. Starving and losing condition. Come on. Okay, progress. No. Still negative, slightly. That's going to finish next turn, so we've got to finish this thing for Bliss. Let's go down, get Embers to feed us. We are fading away. We're running out of credits, we're running out of everything. Let's ascend. Let's rest for the final time, possibly, before we leave. Starward vector. Reroll. Got a 5. Yeah. It's gonna lower our condition. Can't finish it before we leave. Sorry, we gotta leave with Lem and Mina. There's a crowd, but you spot Lem and Mina immediately as you enter the dock. They're waiting at the cordon, where Sealess security are checking the crew in to board the ship. Those that manage to get up to the hub are crowded near the entrance, but even they know their chance of getting on board is long gone. Lem! Lem spots you among the crowd. Sleeper, we're here! They're standing beside a bag which looks to carry all the possessions they have. It's small enough to be carried in one hand. Hi, Mina. Mina is vibrating with excitement. She seems strangely at home in microgravity, but then you remember that she's spent her whole life in space. Hi, robot. You hand over the Sealess ID film to Lem, keeping your own. He turns it back and forth in the light. Where did your friend even get this picture, Sleeper? Looks like my old Conway ID. You look, and a shimmering younger Lem stares out at the film, harder and clean cut. I spoke to the guard here. He nods to the white and green clad security officer. They'll be doing orientation and role assignment on board. Sounds like we're going to be working under the core crew. Kind of like an intern. He laughs. What do you think, Meanie? Am I too old to be an intern? Don't you dare fuck us over at the end of this. Following Lem's lead, you inspect your ID. As you lift the film up to the light, you see something strange, something that makes you flinch. The face printed in the film is one you recognize immediately, but it is not you. At least, it is not how you look now. You squint at this ghost, confused why you hadn't noticed earlier. It's a picture you remember being taken, a memory that you didn't know you had. You remember signing the forms, the walk to the sleeper tanks, the cold metal floor. You remember the SNARP employee who helped you in, her smile clean and surgical. You freeze in place, thinking of the you that still sleeps somewhere in an SNARP facility, that won't wake until you are recovered and disposed of. And now you are leaving. Will they ever wake up? Sleeper? Lem interrupts your thoughts. These guys want us to board. You stare at him without thinking, then notice the guard gesturing at you both to come forward. You will kick off and float over to them, steadying yourselves on the guardrail. You hang back, letting Lem present his ID film first. The guard slides it across a white machine, much like the one Castor printed them from. You reflexively rub the puncture mark on your hand, even though there's no trace of it now. It seems to be your destiny to be someone else's tool. Lem and Mina are waved through, the guard smiling at her excited face. Lem turns back to check that you are coming. The guard beckons you closer. If we board, we lose our freedom. If we wait and don't board, someone might try to claim a debt from us, but we'll have our own life. If you don't board, Lem and Mina are fricked. If we don't board, Lem and Mina are already on. Lem and Mina have been waved through. They're on. They're on the ship. It's fine. Their ticket doesn't say conditional the sleeper must join them. Castor will be upset. And he'll know. He'll know for sure. But that ship will leave. Oh, this is a tricky choice. They could have done with a little bit more typo checking. Make your decision at the dock. What am I going to do? It's going to be 40 years before we arrive, and we're going to be working the whole time. But maybe there'll be hope. Every part of my brain wants to hit wait. The heart wants to hit board. The brain wants to hit wait. The self or Mina and Lem? Wait. You wait for a moment. You need to wait for a moment. This is all happening too fast, changing too much. There are so many questions you have, so many threads to catch hold of, and yet here you are, boarding a ship to who knows where on a journey that will take decades. Reconsider. Is this really what you want? How will you even survive? You suddenly feel dizzy, unsettled. You make out the concerned look on Lem's face as you hold back. The guard gestures again. Mina's eyes, looking back at you, are so bright in the starlight. God damn it. No, this is far too important to leave it to fate. I can't roll a die. I have to choose. The choice is important, and the act of choosing just as important. Board, stay on the eye. Board, stay on the eye. Board, stay on the eye. Weigh the pros and cons? That's a good idea. I board. I enter indentured servitude for 40 years. We arrive at a planet which is completely off the books, right? Ostensibly working for a upper class, even though that everyone was saying it was going to be egalitarian. There is going to be an upper class of core citizens. But you get to stay with Lem and Mina, the only nice people in the world. Lem will die aboard this ship. Mina will be about mid-40s. You could survive with scrap and the like. Leave behind everything else on the eye and your freedom. Stay on the eye, you're free. You could build a ship and leave. You could just live a farming life, just become a farmer and live forever. You could work for the mob. Anything. And Lem and Mina still get what they want. But Mina feels betrayed by the robot man. So which is stronger, the heart or the head? You shake off your doubts and hand over your ID film. The guard barely looks at it as they pass it through the scanner and wave you through. A new life built from old things. You okay? Lem asks, concerned as you catch up with him. You are so slow, robot, Mina teases, grabbing at you with small hands. Just making sure. Lem nods, and you realize how much harder it must have been for him to cross that threshold. Mina struggles in his arms, trying to get to you, and Lem relents, struggling with both the bag and his daughter. Mina tumbles through the microgravity and grabs onto your clothes for purchase. Pulling herself into your arms, you all proceed up the walkway, the entrance to the docking bridge yawning wide and in above you. Are we family, robot? Mina asks as you move, taking you by surprise. I guess so. Mina smiles and presses her head against your chest, pleased by your answer. You keep moving up into the docking bridge, then along that thin, glass-walled connector, all the time Mina clutching onto you. The lack of gravity means you can't feel her weight, only the grip of her small hands on your clothes. You both stare wide-eyed at the vast hull of the sidereal horizon and try to think of this huge machine as a home. Later, when you settle in your bunk after Mina has finished running back and forth between you and Lem with an endless and infectious excitement, you find yourself looking at your ID film once more. Somehow, since the last time you looked at it, the image seems to have changed. It is still a picture of the old you, the person that signed up to have their consciousness copied and placed into the ownership of SNARP, but something else has crept into the image, an underlying sense of self-identification. This is also a picture of you now. The you that survived the eye, that made friends here, that found a way out, that escaped against all odds. The other you might never wake up. They might never live again. But so be it. They consigned you to a doomed life for their own game. Their life is yours now. You will live it better than they ever could. You lie back on your bunk as the thrust of the sidereal's vast engines kick in. This feeling, this rumble, will be your constant companion for the next decades. It will be there when you work, when you watch Mina grow, when you dream of the planet at the end of the journey. It will stay with you when your body starts to fail, despite the best attempts of Lem and Mina as the years stack up, and it exceeds its safe operating period by a decade. It will be the thing you wake up to in those rare moments of consciousness between which Mina will keep you in a frozen state in the hope of preserving you until your destination is reached. It will still be there when Mina wakes you, tears in her eyes, to tell you of Lem's inevitable death. And it will not relent, despite your desire for a moment of silence. It will be the final thing you hear as Mina shuts down all but the most vital of your functions, and hopes beyond hope that you make it to your final destination, all the while doubting that you will. But for now, in this moment of departure, it is still a new sound, a new feeling. And because of this, it is filled with the promise of the future. And so you settle back on your bunk and close your eyes, and in moments you are sleeping a perfect, dreamless sleep, the most peaceful that you could ever remember. And that is Citizen Sleeper. Or at least, that was my run of it. There was so much left on that station to see. So many different endings. I don't even know if I got a good ending there. I got a ending. And a good enough one. What a great way to build a story. A bittersweet ending, yeah. That's the thing with Cyberpunk. The ending is never pure sweetness, is it? I think that was great. Someone says, oh hey, Spencer Hayes, he's cool. Oh yeah? What did he do on there? I didn't see it on the credits. That was amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was really good. Oh, he's with the publisher, Fellow Traveler, I think it was called. Games by Gareth Damian Martin. Well done, Gareth Damian Martin. You produced a pretty damn good game. It was on one of your panels last year. Oh, nice. That was pretty great. And we made it out. I have already bought Citizen Sleeper 2, and our next stream will be that. Yeah, we will do Citizen Sleeper 2 next time. But that's us stopping for tonight. So thank you very much, YouTube, for watching along with me. And for Twitch as well, and for everyone involved. YouTube, I'm stopping now. Good night, YouTubes. And I'll see you very soon.